Right there. It's inside is Sabonis. A two-hand rip. A brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
What would you say you are today? Good cut.
We're creeping up. We're creeping up. I think we're on the arrow's pointing up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Trending up.
Trending up. How about you? I mean, do you have any like songs in your head or anything like that?
I was talking to Jason before the show. And thank you, Jason. Yeah, I can't get Fame by Irene Cara out of my head. The old 80s upbeat song. I think there was what
we just want to live forever.
Wasn't there was
you want to live like a star?
Yeah, right. I do. Apparently. I don't like and I think how did it go? There was a movie and the song went with the movie and then the song went with one of their TV series. This was a little I was a little too young for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't obviously I have to have heard it.
Oh yeah,
obviously it has to. But in what world is the song "Fame" by Irene Cara popping up in this world?
It's a banger.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a total banger.
I'd say it's in a lot of movies and TV shows.
Is it?
Yeah.
But for you to have it in your head, I don't know the last time you heard it though.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I've got it stuck in my head, so thank you.
I'm telling you, it's strange, and I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, Irene Cara, rest in peace, is unless I'm wrong, I think I know she had two massive hits. She actually had a bigger hit with the Flashdance song.
Yes.
Which I believe.
What a feeling.
Yeah, what a feeling. Which isn't there a parenthesis on that one? What a feeling.
Oh, could be.
There is, isn't there? I guarantee there is. It's what a feeling. I gotta look it up here. Who's playing that? You were. Oh, that's Jason. Yeah, I think it's called Flashdance and
Ellipsis.
Ellipses. Thank you.
What a feeling.
What a feeling. It's a banger of a song, dude, as the kids say.
I'm waiting for the hook.
You're waiting for the hook?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can't improve on this here. Let me grab. All right. Here, let me cue this up on here so they can hear it better. We got to do this Irene, you got to relax.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean by that, by the way. All right, rest in peace. Yeah. So no, one of my favorite concert experiences ever was at God, I don't even remember the casino, but Melissa and I brought in the new year with the Dan Band in Las Vegas, and he had hooked us up with these. I don't even want to call it a pit. It wasn't like a traditional concert. It's not like people were rushing the stage, but there was probably a good 1,000 people there, and he had this little section in the front, like a half moon section with, I don't know, maybe 10 people in there, and we got to sneak in there. They had, again, this is where I should drink and I don't. They had like booze, and it was a cool setup. And we were just right up front watching old day. Here's the thing about in fact, I still have here's the thing.
2004 would never be the same.
Well, we all, what was it? It was Old School, wasn't it? Where we all kind of saw him first. When he was doing what's the song?
Holy Clips from
Thank you, Chris, for a lot. So here's the thing about the Dan Band. In fact, I think I have a shirt I got at that show. It's like a one of those mechanics shirts, and then it's got, for the name tag, it says the Dan Band on it. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound stupid.
That would qualify as a jersey, by the way.
Would that be a jersey?
No.
The Dan Band jersey.
The Dan Band jersey, kinda. Here's the thing about Dan Finnerty and the Dan Band. They're one of the most talented bands I've ever seen in my life, and not necessarily from a musician perspective, but Dan Finnerty is like the ultimate karaoke artist, like to the next level. They had a show, I'll have to see if I can find it and tweet it, but I believe it was on Bravo. They did a live show, and most people think it's like, oh, he's putting an F word in Total Eclipse of the Heart, but no, these guys were like dancing and doing like routines with big old hoops and stuff, and the way they remaster these songs, and there's like harmony, plus there's fun lyrics, and I haven't really given it a listen in a while.
Did he do what's the song he does in Starsky and Hutch? Feel Like Making Love to You?
The Bad Company remix?
Huh?
The Bad Company remix? The Feel Like Making, that one, or?
It's like Feel Like Making Love to You.
I don't remember if he did that one.
That was a banger too from that movie.
Banger.
He probably did.
The girl's birthday party.
Bat mitzvah.
The horse. Yeah.
They did. I mean, they do a ton of stuff. They did like a cover of Scrubs. I remember that. Just a bunch of different things. I Am Woman. I'd really love to know. Maybe you know what? Hey, it's summertime. Let's bring Dan on, because I'd love to know what they're doing right now. I haven't heard from them in a while. Is it just nobody cares?
No.
Or did he make enough money? Are they still touring, I guess? You guys would actually both. I'm telling you.
Oh, I like him.
You both.
Oh, I wanted to see him.
Oh, it's a. And he
not in the 5-timers club like you.
Hey, listen. Yeah, exactly. We have jackets and everything. And he only has two guys that's why it's the Dan Band. He has two guys, at least back in the day. He had two guys that he would tour with, both in like those Elvis Costello glasses. They kind of look alike. They wear suits and these rimmed glasses on there. Anyway, Irene Cara. Let me see here, and then we'll move on. The Dan Band tour. Are they touring? Dan Band comedy tour dates. And I guess the comparison would be a lesser talented, semi-different version of like Tenacious D. Like Tenacious D they're a whole different kind of. Yeah, no upcoming shows.
I would say they're a parody cover band.
Dan Band?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They're parody. But then there's also like, they're not the only ones. Like, who was it? Richard Cheese.
Yes.
Used to do that. And I know.
What type of music would you say that is?
See,
like lounge singer?
Yeah, Richard would grab like a song that was crazy, like Chop Suey by System of a Down. And he would turn it into he would turn it into this like Frank Sinatra, ba-doom, doom, doom, doom. And, it was cute, but also it had kind of a limited these days either. I do know Jason Ross. You might be interested in this. I don't know. I know you've got that Ross family fortune. I have something for you to spend it on. There is a house that is for sale. It is down in the Los Angeles area. And let me find it here. I had it bookmarked. It's
from another trip on Redfin.
Well, actually, I follow this Twitter account called Zillow Gone Wild, and they always have these great listings. This house is on the market for the first time in over 40 years in Los Feliz, California. The home has a 360-degree view of Los Angeles, including the Hollywood sign and the Griffith Park Observatory, and an enclosed aviary / cat patio, which you have to call a catio. I mean, obviously.
Of course.
Let's see. What are we looking at? Beds and baths. We'll scroll down through all the pictures. 1.4 acres. 3 beds, 3 bathrooms, 3,000 square feet, built in 1957. It is a gorgeous house with a pool, a spa, and all kinds of fun accoutrements, and is the former home, rest in all the peace, of our dear friend Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens.
Oh.
It's on the market for the first time that was his place, man. And yes, I looked through all the pictures hoping, like, come on, it's Pee Wee Herman's house, dude. Like, you got to think there's like a couple of Pee Wee rooms. I did not see any Pee Wee. The closest thing is that there's a sit down area vanity with like one of those mirrors with all the big lights on it, where he's had to spend a few minutes in front of it, getting his makeup on and all that. But
so no cherry.
No,
that would really tie the room together,
wouldn't it? What was the one with the Z that said Mechaleka High, Mecahini Ho? That was John.
My Pee Wee
Herman knowledge. Was it Zombie, or was that a Cranberry song? Either way, Jason, you could own Pee Wee Herman's house for the low price of $4 million, which weirdly enough, although you and I don't have $4 million, for 1.4 acres in LA with a view of the sign and a pool and a spa and all that, doesn't that seem like cheap for down there?
You know what? I had a number in my head. I thought it was going to be in the low 20s.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like $4 million to steal at 20, and you could get most of that for that Jordan card that sold for $3 million.
Yeah,
worth
it for the catio.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, look, we got a big show for you. We are going to talk about the finals coming up in a couple days. The Giants are stupid. More talking in the WNBA. We're here for it. I think Chris is going to try to figure out here. Well, I'm going to throw it out on the air and we'll see if Chris can do it. We want to replay at 7:30. We want to replay. He just gave me a look. We want to replay JaVale McGee in studio with with Kyle and Whitey yesterday. What a great get for them. And I heard some clips of it, especially him talking about the locker room and this and that, whatever. But to be fair, Chris, we talked before the show, there's a lot of backflips and different things Chris has to do to make it work. So we'll see if we can get it to work.
One of the big problems I found out is he was cursing during it. So
was he seriously? Come on, JaVale. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something, and if we don't, it's not Chris's fault. He's going to make an attempt, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We have content for you. We just love to share that. Coming up next, let's lead it off in just 1 minute.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Not this regular season, but when we played in the playoffs and everyone saw me flip off the birds and kind of lose my a little bit. That wasn't a great reflection of who I am and how I like to compete on a high level. It wasn't a great reflection on my end towards the next generation on what it means to control your emotions in that type of environment, no matter what people are yelling at you. I'm built for these moments to be able to handle circumstances like that. And I've been able to grow since then. So, of course, it's going to be a hectic environment, but I'm looking forward to it. And I see it as a healthy relationship to have with the fans. I almost think about Gladiator, just win the crowd over. It's good to hear the TD Garden silent when you're playing well. They still respect great basketball. So regardless of, the attention that's being paid to what it's going to be like on my end, I have a group to lead that's going to be looking to me for a voice of peace and to be able to control what I can control and also help them through it. So I'll take the brunt of it, of all the yells and stuff like that and all the remarks, but I've been able to grow since then.
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, who is one of my favorite athletes to listen to, is also incredibly polarizing. But I like this Kyrie. I think Kyrie has a lot to offer. Look, I get it, the whole flat earth thing and the book he linked to, and I'm aware of the controversies with Kyrie Irving. But when I listen to Kyrie Irving in that element talking and reflecting, it reminds me that he, although there are certainly things that I couldn't disagree with him about more, there is an incredibly intelligent person in there that when he's on his mark, I enjoy listening to him.
Well, that was a pretty thoughtful answer, I thought there. Just, doesn't mean both things can't be true. I mean, he's also kind of admitting it. Look, I was at a different time. I probably didn't handle my time in Boston very well, and that's probably true. And I'm sure the Boston fans are going to let him hear it. I'm sure that's going to happen. I'm sure there's going to be moments where Kyrie is going to silence the crowd because he's going to play brilliantly. He's a great player. He's a good reason why this series has this chance to be compelling and fun. But he's also been one of those guys that's a little bit hard to figure out. And not that we have to have him figured out, I guess, but he's a little bit of a puzzle to me.
I think he's okay with us not having him figured out. I think.
Yeah.
And let me see. I think I found it. This might have something to do with why he's going to get booed in Boston.
My teammates, as well as the organization and everyone else in Boston, you guys will have me back. I plan on re-signing here next year. Oh! So I appreciate it.
Well, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And
that's the other thing too. It is okay to change your mind, but it's pretty rough when you pretty famously go out there in front of everybody to do that.
And Boston's a different market, and they've got different expectations, and I completely understand that. I just putting myself in Boston fans' shoes. If Chris Webber had said that in the offseason and then went and signed with the Lakers, I don't know. I would have booed him if I saw
Malik.
Huh?
What if Malik did that?
Well, but Malik, you're saying if Malik said
hey, I'm staying, I'm re-signing here,
and then he left.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd see him at the ice cream store. I'd boo him. I see him walking along the street. I'm booing. Now, look, I wouldn't be like mean-spiritedly booing, but
like if you hear it, like, oh, there are some people in his camp that telling him that he wants to stay.
Yeah,
that's 100% fine.
Totally fine. But if he comes out and said, look, I was the kid that my parents would never tell me we were doing anything cool in advance. It was always a surprise, because if, God forbid, they told me something and then something came up and we couldn't go to the water park or to ice cream or whatever it was, I would lose. I would be so depressed. I wouldn't throw a tantrum. I wasn't that kid. I would be so depressed. Like, I was like little 8-year-old Carmichael Dave, much like me now, just having existential crises. Like, is life ever going to get better? There'll never be another ice cream trip ever again, and just cry in a corner. So it was always a surprise. And I think if you say you're going to do the thing, you have to do the thing, unless, of course, there's like a crazy reason why you can't do the thing. And I don't think that was the case with Kyrie, Jason.
So I think that's where Why Does God Hate Sacramento happened.
Yes. Because I would sit around and say, why does God hate me? Why can I not have these? Dude, like, this is how bad. I honest to God remember my mom said on like a Tuesday on the way to school that she was going to on Saturday go grocery shopping and bring home some pudding pops. And it was right when the pudding pops first came out, and Bill Cosby was doing the commercials, and everyone wanted a pudding pop. You just had to be there. And she went to the store on Saturday and she forgot the pudding pops. And I was waiting for her at the door. I helped her unload the groceries. I got to the very end, no pudding pops. And I honestly thought she was doing a bit, because she'd do that sometimes and was like hiding them and be like, surprise, just kidding. And when it hit me that there were no pudding pops, like legit, I didn't yell or scream. Again, I wasn't that kid. My dad would have killed me. I just trudged upstairs, flopped face first on the bed. You know how little kids do with like, I wouldn't stop my fall. I just smashed my head into the bed and just sat there and was like, is life even worth living? Yeah. Is it even worth going on anyway? Does it get any better than this? Is this as good as it gets?
And you're still waiting at the door.
Still waiting on the damn pudding pops. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Swinging a drive deep to center field. Going back, Yastrzemski onto the track, onto the wall. Gone! David sends him home as he hits one towards the moon. And the Diamondbacks win by a final of 4-2.
Now
the moon was in foul territory.
Right? Yeah, dude. The Giants lost again. They have lost a lot in a row. They go to Arizona, and Diamondbacks get a nice little walk-off, 2-run shot, 2-2 game, bottom of the ninth, and it didn't work out there for the Gigantics, as Randy Rodriguez he gave up the donger, and woof woof. Here we go. So we'll talk about that in a safer out at 6:43. Are the Giants? Well, Giants are still in the wild card chase, Jason.
Of course they are. The National League's leaving it wide open for them.
Yeah, they are. Being that right now, if the season ended today, one of the wild card spots would go to the Cubs or Cardinals. They're technically tied, both of which are under 500. I feel like there should be a rule with this wild card thing. Like, okay, cool, we're letting 19 teams in. but you have to be like at least 500 to get in.
Well, maybe they'll play more games to figure that out.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that great? Wouldn't that be awesome? Just play 200 baseball games.
Until someone's above 500.
That's exactly right. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to Boston, Dallas at 7 a.m. Safer out at 6:43. But let's find these Angel Reese comments from yesterday. I love the beefs. The beefs are great for sport, and we've got a full-on beef. We'll hear what Angel said. Do you agree when she says, "Hey, all this popularity, it's not just because of one girl." One player, and there's some people that are like, nope, it is actually. We'll talk about it next.
Place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-881-4242. That's 800-881-4242.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 68 or more OSB sheathing. And there's more. Save 10% on select James Hardie products when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I'm out enjoying this gorgeous North California weather, and I know you are too. And all you need on a day like this is a road trip to clear the mind. Why not a road trip in a newer pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their gorgeous new store. It's just a half hour from SAC, right at the 8 Mile Road exit. And trust me, it's the best car shopping experience of my life. Go see my fine friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or go online anytime at mpofstockton.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Parody. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the men in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or hagenoaks.com.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home.
Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Ooh, this one's going out to our delicate little 13-year-old flower. Welcome to womanhood. Strolling in the park, watching winter turn to spring. Walking in the dark, seeing lovers do their thing. Yeah, that's the time. Feel like making love to you. Scuba-da-doo-doo-doo. That's the time. I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby. When you talk to me, when you're moaning sweet and low.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Or
we don't know, don't you know? That's the time.
This Dan?
Yeah.
I don't know this song. Yeah, he did not do this then.
This is from Starsky and Hutch.
Yes.
Which I have not seen.
Oh,
I think it's an underrated movie.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I still got to see MacGruber.
Yes, you do. Know who's a big fan of MacGruber? Doug Christie.
Is he?
And
Yes.
he would put in MacGruber like quotes in his play-by-play for the Kings.
Wait, what?
He would slip in MacGruber quotes.
Would he really?
During Kings games.
Now that I know that, though, I would I would actually like to go back and hear that. Good for him. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I'm looking at the welcome in everybody on the YouTube chat. Martin is trying to argue that God doesn't hate Sacramento. Well, just look at the history, Martin. Sorry. He does. It's fine. Look, it's great. Whatever. Do what you
I would say God tests us.
Yeah, you can say it if you want. That's fine. Been tested more than any other. But you know, at some point, can we pass? Can we pass the test, please?
Our reward is we get to live in such a beautiful community.
Yes. Sure. I'd rather live in not a great community and have a ring. I'm just saying. Can we, if that's the trade?
So you want to go to Milwaukee?
Yeah, that's fine. Speaking of, enjoy today, everybody. Speaking of our beautiful community, our beautiful community is going to be sweating today. Prep yourself, everybody. High of 102. And it was weird because yesterday it was like overcast and nice most of the day. Like a little breeze. 102, 105, 101. It's only the start of June.
Gross.
Seriously. And then you're going to get this hot-ass wind coming in. Not that kind. Later today, starting around noon. You're going to have gusts up to 29 miles an hour.
Gusts can get up to 25 miles?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I said it's going to be hot today, Siri.
Yeah, Siri.
The National Weather Service
Shut
has
up.
issued an excessive heat warning.
Why does she just pop up every once?
Because he said you didn't go seriously. You said seriously.
I did. Well, she needs to change her name then. All right. Yeah. We're only another 5 months of this, by the way. That's great. Angel Reese, this whole thing. A lot of eyes on the WNBA. We're talking about it every day. And we're talking not a ton about the games unless there's an elbow or something, and more about the what's going on around the games. Angel spoke yesterday. Now, Angel Reese goes back to LSU, Iowa, and she had a nice rivalry with Caitlin Clark. A very, very fine young prospect in the W. And she wanted to talk a little bit about the growth of the WNBA in general, and she said this.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
I get what she's saying, and she should say that. She should. And she should be proud of what she's done and the career she has ahead of her. And it looks like she's going to be a fantastic player. No arguments there. But, if we're going to cover the sport, we're going to cover the sport and we should cover it like any other sport.
Right.
Is it because of just one player? No. Is it almost entirely because of just one player? Yeah, actually, and the numbers lay it out. Jason, attendance at non-Caitlin Clark games this past weekend were as follows: 7,600, 4,000, 9,800, 7,000, 3,200, 10,000, 7,000. Attendance at Caitlin Clark WNBA games: 17,000. 17,274, 17,401. The numbers overall, the Indiana Fever last year, 2023 home attendance, 81,336 people. The Indiana Fever in 5 games this season, 82,851. And when you delve even deeper into the numbers, the Indiana Fever average this season is 16,500. Last year it was 4,000, 313% increase. Angel Reese plays for the Chicago Sky. Last year, they averaged 7.2 thousand fans. This year, 8.2 thousand fans. The Fever have a 313% increase. The Sky, a 14% increase. Caitlin Clark is first amongst rookies in points, assists, steals, free throw percentage, minutes, second in blocks, third in rebounds. Angel leads in rebounds. WNBA attendance changed compared to last year. The Fever, 313%. The Liberty, 62%. They're second place. The Sparks, 42%. Remember, though, I believe both those teams hosted a Caitlin Clark game. So you've got this conundrum here where, of course, you don't want the athletes coming out, Jason. I wouldn't expect them to. They're competitive. They're proud of themselves. They're proud of the league, saying, hey, we were all kind of screwing around before, but Caitlin Clark's been here for 5 minutes, and that's why we're growing. I get it, but also, dude, you have a golden goose right now, and so many of you are underpaid. You're playing in Russia in the offseason. You just started flying non-commercial flights, not because of her. That's a hoax. But again, you're starting to get attention. Maybe also embrace that and uplift her because it benefits your pocketbook. That's all.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the parallel, and I don't know when it changed, but Dave, you'll remember at the beginning of, let's say, Tiger to the golf world. There were so many golfers that were just tired of being asked about Tiger. Yes. It's like, look, I'm a number one, or I'm a good player too, or why are you asking me about Tiger? Well, and then that shifted at some point where I felt like there was much more appreciation of what he helped do for the sport and how he elevated others and how he just made the next generation of people better. Now, I'm not expecting that to get here today, and I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark's the exact same thing as Tiger Woods, but I think there are some parallels as far as what she is doing for the sport.
Yes.
And I hope others can appreciate that. But as an athlete, I have no issue with anyone else hey, I'm out here too. I'm out here doing, earning my career and starting my career and notice me. But a lot of the eyeballs are there because of Caitlin Clark.
I actually think the Tiger Woods comparison is about as perfect as you can get. Somebody on the scene in an established sport that already has a history to it. Now, golf obviously is far more established, and you had Palmer and Nicklaus and Ben Hogan. You had all that. But the WNBA on a much smaller scale had their history and their Cheryl Swoopses and all the people going back to the early 90s and the Houston Comets. And anyways, Tiger Woods brought an entirely new audience to golf. And honestly, I know what you're talking about, Jason. It was a long time ago, but remember the Milwaukee Open, his Hello World, the hole-in-one. But when I think about like hazing or honestly, and I'd have to go back and look, the only thing I can remember that just the one thing that comes to the top of my head was Fuzzy Zeller.
Yeah.
Was Fuzzy Zeller the Masters? It was when Tiger won the Masters, or Tiger, I think, he might have won it or was on his way to winning it. And Fuzzy Zeller, who was a beloved golfing figure, just everyman type, commercials here, there, everywhere. His fame far outweighed his performance, and he was a good golfer. He was a great golfer. But when Fuzzy Zeller asked about what Tiger would be serving at the Champions Dinner from the Masters, and I'm not even comfortable saying it out loud, but let's just say two of the items were about as stereotypical for a community of color as you could come up with, and Fuzzy basically kind of disappeared after that. But that's all I can really think of. And maybe there is something to kind of the reversal of the fact that Tiger Woods was a person of color. In fact, as he called himself, a Cablinasian, a person of multi races that came into a lily white sport in golf. And there seems to be I shouldn't say there seems to be, that's the wrong term. There are allegations of racial undertones in some of the issues with Caitlin Clark and her reception. Whether that's true or not, it's not for me to say. But definitely a little bit of the other hand, because Caitlin Clark is Caucasian. It's just, part of me wants to, Jason, again, we said it yesterday, part of me is like, guys, just embrace it. You're all going to make a lot more money. Just the league's going to get bigger. Just embrace it. It's just annoying. But what? No, I mean, I'm asking you.
How much of the WNBA would we be talking about if this stuff wasn't happening right now?
That's, bless you, Jason. I definitely agree that the beefs are good. Beefs are good for sport. That's just how it is, man.
It's so good for sport. I think Angel Reese is completely correct, as she was a big part of creating the brand of Caitlin Clark. Their rivalry stepped it up.
I agree.
How pumped up were people to see the rematch of LSU and Iowa?
And she's right. LSU Iowa was really kind of the start of the whole thing. In fact, I think LSU Iowa is far more remembered than Iowa South Carolina just a couple months ago. And Angel Reese doing the John Cena "You Can't See Me" to her, and but when it comes to why she may have, but there's a nuance there. Angel Reese is an important chapter in the Caitlin Clark ascension, but people are not going to see, they're not attending games to see Angel Reese in anywhere near the capacity they're going to Caitlin Clark. That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
She is definitely a massive chapter in the Caitlin Clark story, which sounds bad, but again, just from a logic standpoint, that's where it's at. But she shouldn't be. I don't blame her for not saying. I don't blame her. And what's she supposed to do? Come out and be like, I'm just happy to be here and support Caitlin in any way we can. And I mean, I hope we beat her. But if we don't, of course, Jason, it's like, we got a break here, but it's that catch-22 between I want to beat her ass and be competitive, and I don't care, and also understanding that she is a golden goose.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's the spot they're in. It's a good spot, but it's also they haven't figured out how to navigate through these waters yet.
Yep. We'll take a break. When we come back, baseball time, safe or out. The Giants are terrible, and we have 3 questions regarding the Giants being terrible and what they should do next. Don't go away. Just a 1-minute break after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Get ready to fuel your spirit of adventure with Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. It's time to crank up the excitement, calling all thrill seekers. Are you ready for an adrenaline-packed journey? Introducing the Kia Telluride, the ultimate companion for your next adventure. Picture this: blazing trails through uncharted territories, conquering the wild with the power and precision of the Kia Telluride. With Kia Vacaville, you can join the expedition and experience the thrill of off-road exploration like never before. With its rugged design and cutting-edge features, the Kia Telluride is your passport to unforgettable adventures. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Head to Kia Vacaville today and gear up for the adventure of a lifetime during their summer sticker sales event. Your adventure starts now. Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit Kia Vacaville today. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthabite.net.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Chris is on one this morning in the Chris Guerrero in the YouTube chat. Sorry, Chris. Other Chris. Our Chris. I haven't said. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I think we need. I need MC in there to
normalize things.
Yeah, I need MC to get in there and even things out, man. All right, safe or out baseball talk. Christopher Law, question 1, please.
The Giants lost their 5th in a row and are still just a half game out of the wild card. Safe or out? There's too many wild card spots.
I'm gonna say out. Because I think playoffs and, postseason baseball, you can't go wrong there. Even if it's some crap team that's in there, it's baseball. They might win. The counter to that, though, I think, Jason, is that they might win. So don't you kind of have to have a bigger reward for 100? And I know they've messed around with the whole, home and away, and they're trying to give advantages, but golly, I got to think if a team's in there that's won, 95 games and a team's in there that's won 85, and you have 3 games, you could have injuries. You could have a team that's I don't know what the hell you could have, but I feel like you're playing baseball for half a year and then everybody gets into the wild card. You need to keep it around, but it is a little excessive.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have this in every sport. Look, it's not as drastic. Well, it would have been drastic in the East, let's say, of the Eastern Conference of the NBA, where Chicago and Atlanta were the last two in the play-in. And that gives them every opportunity. They're below 500, but if they won the play-in and then won the next game and then all of a sudden got Boston, I mean, they would have a fair chance to win 4 games out of 7 to beat them. And, had they done that, and it just would have felt wrong, but that's the way the setup is. I just think that's the way this is set up. We got a lot of baseball games. We probably have, we have a lot of wild card teams, but I think everybody would agree the best part of baseball, at least, is the playoffs. So that part I have less of an issue. Yeah, less of an issue with.
Also, total side note, I don't know how many of you subscribe to The Athletic. I do. And I'll ask Sam about this on Thursday. There's some new thing going on where, like, a game will end, it'll be like, Giants lost 4-2, grade the team, or, notification. I don't know if you caught that. I just got a notification that said, the Stanley Cup finals are set. Here's who Kings fans should root for. I'm like, what? So then I click on it. Of course, something got lost in the algorithm because it's who they're doing a thing where all 30 teams, if you're a fan of theirs, like who you should root for in the NHL. So it's LA Kings fans who they should root for. Just I have the Sacramento Kings obviously bookmarked as my favorite team, but that's actually not a bad idea. I'm going to ask him on Thursday, like, they should do something like that for all the fan bases in the NBA. Who should you be rooting for, Dallas or Boston?
Everyone's going to be Dallas except for maybe the Kings.
Yeah, I was going to say everyone's rooting for Dallas except Sacramento. I'm firmly, let's go Celtics, because I don't want to hear it. All right, cut number 2, please.
Speaking of the Giants, safer out. They should be sellers at the deadline.
Safe. So safe. Even Angel Hernandez would get the call right. Safe for Rooney. This team sucks. Logan Webb is great. And I love Matt Chapman. I'm saying the team, like, as a whole sucks with some pieces. Get what you can and build. Shed the salary where you can shed it. Get prospects where you can get them. Fire Farhan Zaidi. I mean, the ding-dong owner of the team's, 91 anyways. He's probably asleep at the wheel, not paying attention. Let Farhan clear everything out. Turn around and fire his ass. Bring somebody in here who knows what they're doing to rebuild the minor leagues. Go out and actually spend money on stars and get a team worthy of that ballpark and that fan base. Because this team, again, with love to our own Logan Webb and Matt Chapman and a couple others, like no disrespect to them whatsoever, but the team is just so damn boring. I think it was who the hell was it, Jason? It was Mad Dog. I want to say he was on Bay Area radio yesterday. Oh, here's the quote. Quote, the Giants can fight all day for those last 2 wild card spots, but fighting for those last 2 spots all summer, nobody is going to get excited about that. I think he's totally right. I don't care. The team sucks. Screw it. Sell.
What if the selling included Logan Webb?
I don't like that.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to clarify.
Unless it was like
sell the parts that you don't want.
Isn't that how it is as a fan? Sell all the players I don't like that have less value and keep the ones with, you're right. Look, as a Giants fan, if that means, if you get a Godfather offer for Logan Webb that's going to immediately boost, not just, you can't just do minor league prospects though. You got to do players or player that you can build around that's already, MLB ready and good to go for a Logan Webb. If you can do that, then you have to think about it. But as a person, as a human being, as somebody who loves Logan Webb and the local connection, no like. Puppy, no like.
No like.
Cut number 3, please. Question 3.
Finally, safer out. The Blake Snell signing has been an absolute disaster.
Yeah, that's safe, Jason. My goodness. Back on the DL or IL. And listen, it's not like it's his, I'm not blaming him. It's not his fault. Injuries are are terrible, but you gotta, he re-aggravated the adductor, the groin thingy, so who knows how long he's out. Jason 0-3 with a 9.51 ERA and a WHIP just under 2 for the season. This is the 2-time Cy Young Award winner who had a ERA of 2.25 last year. He has been horrific this season. Maybe it's because of the injuries. I don't know, but either way, it's been the worst signing in the entire sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe today for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the way he started, the way he, maybe part of it's getting to camp late. I mean, just everything. He was signed late, all that. But the reality is, when you're out there, how are you performing? He just hasn't been that good. The only saving grace, I would say, and this may be a reach, but I think it was last year when he won his Cy Young, he got off to a terrible start and then got crazy hot. It just the Giants need that crazy hot sometime very soon when he comes back.
We'll take a break. When we come back, don't forget 3 for Madness at 7:13. At 7:30, we are efforting the JaVale McGee in studio with Kyle and Whitey yesterday. Coming up next, so we'll take our first real look at Boston versus Dallas. Got some questions for you as we have 2 full days, really 3 full days to preview this finals matchup. We'll get it started right after this.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive.
Clear?
But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove-wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
If you're in the market for a new or used car right now, or if you just want to go see like what new technology's in the new cars nowadays, stop by and see my friends at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall before you go anywhere else. As soon as you step onto the lot, you're going to feel like family. You're going to know why they have so many 5-star reviews at Elk Grove Kia and why they're the #1 Sacramento Kia dealer. Like, I love this 5-star review right here. Quote, I could not be happier. My husband surprised me with my new Telluride. I love it. The staff is friendly, kind, and conscious. Took their time to find the perfect car. Thank you guys for the hard work. Great job. I love my new Telly. There you go. That's just another satisfied customer at Elk Grove Kia. So in addition to all the 5-star reviews, the finance team at Elk Grove Kia has over 100 years combined experience. You know what that means? Financing for everyone. And we know going to the car dealership can be overwhelming, but come experience Elk Grove Kia. They go above and beyond to make sure this is an automotive adventure for you. Check out what's on special and what's on the lot today at elkgrovekia.com, or better yet, come see everything in person at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
The Golf to Go radio show goes to William Land Golf Course to celebrate its 100th birthday. Join Frank LaRosa and me, Scott Marsh, for a live broadcast Thursday, June 6th from 6 to 7 for all the fun. We'll have great guests, a putting contest, prizes including free golf, free apparel, and much, much more. So make sure to join us Thursday, June 6th from 6 to 7 at William Land Golf Course. We'll see you there.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the
YouTube and put up Rammstein Du Hast live. Dude, there was a video I saw yesterday. I didn't even know they were still touring. And they were doing this song somewhere in Europe. And I think it was the lead singer, man. This thing was sick. He grabs this, like, some dude with the crew hands him, like, I don't know how to describe it other than it was like a crossbow. So think about it. It's a nighttime show. He's on stage. He gets handed this crossbow. And he aims it, like takes a second to aim it, and he fires this like flaming arrow thing, and it goes all the way to like the other side of the stadium in the corner and lights this pyro that sends a bunch of other arrows back towards the top of the stage, and then they hit the top of the stage, and it ignites all these crazy fireworks that go straight in the air off the stage. Now, obviously, it wasn't an arrow, and it was all, you know, whatever. I've never seen anything like that at a concert before. This thing was sick. You really should look it up. It's things are
sick.
It was sick. the things they're doing right now, man, like with all the tributes to Bill Walton last week, you saw the Grateful Dead. They were performing at the Sphere, and they did a bunch of tributes, and so you got to see a lot of stuff going on there. And I still, Jason, you know, next time I'm in Vegas, that's going to be a game time decision whether I go check that out or not.
The Sphere?
Yeah, just because I honestly feel like it would be for me a little overwhelming. I don't know if I can handle it, dude.
They do like a movie there, like
where you're flying around and stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen the clips. I don't think so. I'm the guy that went to soaring over California the first time at Disneyland, and you get in the chairs, and it just kind of you got the big screen in front of you, and it looks like you're literally soaring over California. Yep. I lasted about 30 seconds and did that's the title of my book. And I had my eyes shut for the remaining like 5. I couldn't do it, man. It was IMAX is a little too much for me sometimes. I'm kind of a sensitive little soul.
I don't think you can handle it then.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's for you.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing, and I'm not. Look,
you can see it from the outside, which like most people do. All the beautiful stuff they do out there, because you don't have to. You can see that from afar.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think I could do it, but I do think like a lot of the show it'd be like watching a horror movie. Like I kind of have to look between my fingers and then hide my eye. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm weird like that, man. Like sometimes at concerts, if the bass is too much and it's like basing my chest, and I'm like, is this gonna okay, again, this is how jacked up my brain is, but there have been moments before, especially because I have an anxiety issue or had a big anxiety issue back in the day, but like the bass would be basing my chest, and I'm like, is this gonna kick off some sort of heart issue? Is this? And then I do the little thumb on my wrist to feel my pulse. And of course it's elevated because, you know, I'm at a rock concert, but I'm sitting there, I'm like,
right. Then you see a couple of people pass out in front of you.
Right. And I'm like, what's going on here? Then it's a full panic attack. And then the best part is when you're with a friend and they happen to know, and they look over at you. There's nothing better for somebody who suffers from anxiety more. Just keep this in mind. If you know anybody who suffers from anxiety, who's had panic attacks before, whatever, nothing better than to turn to them and go, hey, are you okay? That is because you might be okay. But if somebody asks you if you're okay, you're not okay anymore because now you're thinking, I'm not okay. They just noticed this.
Or if you're on a ride and you confide in that person, you say, you know what, I don't really like heights. And then they start shaking the thing you're in.
Yeah, dude.
Up high. You're like, no, you know, that's not funny.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's exactly the things he would do. We were on a flight once back when I was super scared of flying. And I was like, yeah, man, you know, he's like, well, you know, dude, it's so much safer to, fly than it is to drive, but there's always that one. Thanks.
In the movie Red Eye, one of the kids is doing that to his friend that hates him. As they're taking off, he goes, "We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it."
It's not funny. Well, it is kind of funny. By the way, NASCAR tickets. Toyota Save Mart $350. Giving away those all week, and we will be doing that at 8:27. Speaking of hooah, that's when you said that. We have, I think I told you that we have Son of a Woman on the future playlist for the kids. We discovered that. Yeah, we went on this run where, I don't know if you've seen this. They have a bunch of movie trailers, but for Dumb and Dumber, they did it as a thriller. As a horror movie. Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, we went on a run there.
The Shining one.
The Shining, that's how we started. The Shining is a rom-com, is the best one. They also have a trailer for Frasier, the series, but as like Frasier's like a mob boss, basically. Very scary.
Mrs. Doubtfire is another good one.
Yep.
What is she?
I think it's like a thriller type of thing.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Doubtfire is a thriller. MC is in the chat. All right. And MC says
world is good.
MC says psilocybin helps. So I know that's what's in that?
Mushrooms.
Acid, right? Mushrooms and all that. Let me tell you something. Somebody who's experienced that before when he was younger. No, it doesn't. It might help with you. Did not help with me.
Yeah, some people say that it might exasperate it.
You think. It just depends on who you are. With me, one time and one time only. The only, I won't get into that other than to say, imagine being on a really, really bad ride somewhere with a guy who has no idea how to drive, constant potholes, and you're going over like jumps, right? So imagine being in that car with no control, screaming your head off, and the guy's just laughing hysterically while he's almost killing you, except that for 8 hours, and you don't have any ability to stop it. That's... So
what could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Hey, Boston, Dallas. Let's get to that, Jason. Jason, let me start. I got some questions for you. Okay, you are part of the Boston Celtics broadcast crew.
Long-time Celtics announcer.
Yeah, 1-0 with them, correct?
Well, depending on how you look at it, actually 0-1.
That's right
for their side of things, but for me, it was a 1-0.
Who has more pressure?
Boston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with you. We've talked about this before, and we'll get to more of these questions at 7:30, but who has the best duo? And this is, to me, an incredibly fun conversation. Kyrie and Luka, Tatum and Brown. Yeah.
I really think it's very, very close. And I guess I will lean towards Luka and Kyrie, but I don't know. I don't feel great about that answer. And part of it is, look, there's two sides here. And obviously, I think Jaylen Brown's the best defender of the four players.
Uh-huh.
I think Luka might be the weakest defender of the four, but he might be the best offensive player. I think Boston has to have Luka and Kyrie be fantastic. I don't think Brown and Tatum have to be. That's the luxury Boston has. I think we're going to watch this series by the end and go, man, Derek White's a really good player. Drew Holiday's a really good player. Yeah, these other guys mean a lot to what Boston does. Pritchard and Porzingis and Horford. So I just think Boston has more things going for them. But on the tandem answer, I guess I will go more offensive oriented, which might be the wrong answer, and go Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah, that's the thing is, Luka is the best. Will we both agree Luka is the best player in this series?
I mean, again, I think we go right to offense, right? Mm-hmm. So yes,
yeah, true.
But complete player, no, I don't know that he is.
Well, if we go defense, it's no contest, right? It's Tatum and Brown, and if you're right,
and even on that part, if we taken the tandem away, it's going to be Holiday and White. Those guys are incredible.
Yeah,
defenders.
You're right. And we'll get into the bench. And who we should be rooting for as Kings fans. By the way, the chat is absolutely on this. God bless them, and no disrespect, but this might be the first time I've ever thought to myself, looking at this chat, going, I am so glad Nick Cattles isn't here anymore. the obnoxiousness. Although part of me actually would like that, because he would be an absolute mess this week.
Yes.
100%. And if the Celtics were losing at any point in this series, oh my God, the spiraling, you just grab popcorn. It would be
he would blow up at me at some point.
100,000%. All right. You think he'd blow up at Jay Johnson at any point? We'll take a break. I got a very serious errand to run here in a minute 30. When we come back, 3 for Madness. We'll talk X Factors, and there's a new sheriff in town in Detroit. We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Summer starts now with Memorial Day appliance savings at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances from brands like KitchenAid. And right now, you can double your savings when you spend $2,500 or more. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer valid through 6/5. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, don't forget NASCAR tickets coming up at 8:27. We'll get back to Boston, Dallas in a few. And when I say a few, I mean, let's go 7:13. Nope, this is 7:13. I mean 7:30. Why is my flashlight on my phone? I don't know. In the meantime, 3 for Madness. Question 1. My flashlight was on my phone.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Troy Weaver is out as Pistons GM. Is that an attractive job?
Let's think about this, Jason. First off, you get to see Chris Granger, old friend. That's neat.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That's a respectable job.
Yeah.
Look, Detroit is a pretty cool I wouldn't want to live there, but you can't deny the basketball history in Detroit. I love it. I do. I mean, you got hard scrabble, blue collar town, hard scrabble, blue collar teams. There may not be, when it comes to the Detroit Pistons and the city of Detroit, historically, a more matching team to city. The way you never see like run and gun in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Just like you never see bad boys defense type blue collar in LA. I always am fascinated how some teams really kind of reflect their city. And there's a great look. Say what you want. There's a really deep sports history in Detroit with the Red Wings. Obviously, you've got the Lions and Tigers, no Bears, but who historically aren't that great. And then, you got the Pistons and their history. So I think first off, you got a really cool sports town. Secondly, if you're a GM, is it an attractive job? I look at the roster, and I'll say it again, Jason. We had this conversation during the season. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Alsar Thompson, Jalen Duren. You have, and we're not even talking about the potentials of a James Wiseman or this guy or that guy. We're just talking about they've been in the high lotto for so long that of course they're going to have some great talents, and a lot of that has been injury prone. I actually do think it's one of those jobs that is incredibly attractive. They have the number 5 pick in the draft this year to go with that as well. I do think it's an attractive job at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, look, it's 1 of 30. I think you get a chance to mold the team the way you want. You still have Monty Williams, who I know didn't forget how to coach, right? I mean, he had a rough year. They had a terrible season, but it's in the East. I think you have a chance to really build it in the way you want. And I look, a chance to be a GM. I think that's truly an attractive offer. That'll get scooped up quickly.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Who is the X factor for Dallas in this series?
I'm torn between a couple, but honestly, I'm going to say it's the Lively kid. He has just proven, especially defensively, to be such a and it's because I'm between him and Gafford. Gafford's a starter, something. Well, can you be an X factor as a starter? Yes, you can. I think an X factor is anybody outside Doncic and Kyrie. Obviously, they're the alphas and the omegas here. There's a number of different ones, but gosh, Jason, I think if Derek Lively is healthy and can contribute like he was contributing against Minnesota, especially, that's going to cause some serious issues for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I'm glad you put the caveat, because honestly, my answer was going to be, I don't know how it's not Luka or Kyrie.
Right.
As far as overall what it's going to mean for them to win. But, I mean, there are other people that are going to be equally as important that have to have their role here. I guess, Dave, my answer would be someone that can do the best to slow down Boston's offense. I mean, Boston is coming in here as the number 1 offense and I think number 2 defense. There's just so many things favoring Boston coming in. Doesn't mean Dallas just gives up, but can PJ Washington or Derek Jones Jr., I know they're part of the starters, but can they limit Brown and Tatum?
Right.
I think that's probably like if they find some sort of defensive recipe, do they go to Hardy or Green or so? I don't know who they might go to find Exum, somebody else that does something that we're just not expecting. I really think it's going to be difficult for Dallas. I doesn't mean they don't show up and they don't try. I don't really see a great path for them in this series.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Question 3.
Question 3.
Who is he? Huh?
Sorry, that exploded in my ear. Okay, don't isolate that. Question 3.
Who is the X factor for Boston in this series?
So, Jason, it's funny you said that. That's why I moved on really quickly without, it sounded like I wasn't really listening to you, but I moved on quickly because my answer to this question is really kind of part of your answer. My X factor for the Celtics is their brains. Like, honestly, it's their mentality. I don't see a path for Dallas at all in this series. Boston has to lose it. And that's no disrespect to Dallas. It truly isn't. I just look at, okay, here, the two biggest pieces for the Mavericks are Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Those are huge, massive pieces. But guess what? The Celtics are going to be throwing Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown and Derek White and Jason Tatum at them. They by far have a defensive advantage over these guys. And then, of course, you got the rest of Boston's depth and offense. I think the only way Boston loses a series is if Tatum disappears and Jaylen Brown only goes left and Derek White forgets the year he had. I think it's entirely up to – they have control of where this series goes, and it is entirely up to them if they win the title, because to me, if both teams play to the best of their abilities, the Celtics are hanging a banner.
Yeah, the only I'm trying to think of ways. And another injury to Boston, maybe Porzingis knocks off the rhythm. Boston every once in a while has a clunker. Now they haven't had it in a while. They had it in each of the first 2 rounds where they lost game 2 and didn't play very well, but that's all they did. They only lost 1 game, so it's going to take a Herculean performance by Dallas. But I think the issue that I would have for Dallas is Boston has multiple ways.
That's
like
right.
We mentioned it, number 1 offense, but I think they can also, okay, maybe their offense isn't as good today. Well, they win the game defensively. They can win it with their bench, they can win it with their role players, and they can win it with their stars. I can't see it for Dallas. Doesn't mean it can't happen. I just personally don't think they can win 4 times.
No, I completely agree with you. There's no way. Again, unless Boston collapses. And we'll get into more of this. In fact, we will break a tiny bit early because I want to make this a longer segment coming up next. We'll finish the rest of the questions, including the bench and who Kings fans should be rooting for in this series. It's just they are – the other part about Boston, too, is they've got the wings to cover Luka and Kyrie on the outside. But when you look at the depth chart, when you look – at Horford, Porzingis coming back. When you look at how big they are down low, it honestly makes you think of my good friends at UpsizeMatters.com and what they can do for you as well. Dr. Jack Friedlander in Roseville, Dr. Joel Pash in San Francisco are waiting your call right now. Knowing that in pretty much every study, circumference is pretty much at the top of the list when it comes to, let's just say, your most requested songs by the demographic you're looking for. So why not take advantage of modern medicine and science and go see Dr. Joel and Dr. Pash? Real doctors. Actual, doctors that can give you a free consultation and a same-day procedure as that consultation. That's how simple and easy and quick it is for long-lasting differences. And the ability to either rebuild your confidence or to add to it. Find out for yourself, upsizematters.com. That is upsizematters.com. Hey, listen, get your girth on. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's got the best bench? What is the path for Dallas in this series? And who should Kings fans be rooting for? We'll get to it next. Just 1 minute.
Malik Monk plays here.
Left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirks Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Parody.
Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
CIGPOPPA, no info for the DEA. Literally could do
Come on, keep going.
I could, but then I'll get letters. From an
I
Iowa
pay my taxes.
339-1140 is your text line. This is an offensive text. Terrible plug transition, Dave. You went from how big Porzingis and Horford are down low to upsize matters. So cheesy, do better. I take offense at that. I pride myself on my transitions to commercial spots. And if I can fool a couple of people on the transition, I take great pride in that. That was a hell of a trend. What are you talking about? How am I going to have a better transition than that, Jason?
That was pretty smooth.
Thank you. Jeez. I mean, I'm not just fishing here. I'm just saying I put thought into it and all that. What do you mean do better? You give me a better transition. Text person, guy, person. Got him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Told him.
We have a different layout here right now. Is that in preparation for bottom of the hour? Thank you. Chris has been working very hard behind the scenes. Here's what we're going to do. So coming up at 7:30, Whitey and Kyle and Whitey, they had JaVale McGee on yesterday.
That's now, right?
What?
7:30.
Now it's 7:30.
Yes, I'm saying coming up at 7:30. Coming up at 7:30, which is now. Kyle and Whitey had JaVale McGee on yesterday. And we're going to replay just a few minutes of it, mainly the part where he's talking about the Kings. And before we go to that, speaking of transitions, Chris, you've worked with me a very long time. Is there any part of you that is enjoying watching my mental acuity spiral downwards through the years from being very sharp to I'm transitioning to kind of old man with my memory? It's got to be a little enjoy, or is it a tiny bit sad?
I think the slope isn't as steep as you think it is.
Oh, you think it was like that? All right. JaVale McGee on with Kyle and Whitey yesterday. Enjoy the next few.
What made you want to come to SAC last year when,
Mike Brown approached you? What was that like?
Winning. That was it. That winning gets people to the city for sure. And the fact that they had just went as far as they did that playoffs before, I was like, it would definitely be a great turn of events for me to come out here and support and try to help lead this team to the next level.
What happened? Hold on. We gotta get to the real deal, Javale. What the hell happened? Oh, can I say what happened this last season, dude? Why we didn't make the playoffs?
I truly think the play-in kind of shakes things up now to where like people aren't as urgent to like, oh, if we get 10, we'll still be okay. If we get 9, we'll still be okay. And at the same aspect, Malik got hurt. We had some injuries. We had Kevin get hurt. So we had some injuries at the wrong time. It's different when you get them early in the season and they come back. But we had a lot of misfortune later in the season rather than early in the season. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But if you're going to do it, we'd rather you do it in the beginning of the season where the games count, but not as much as in the end of the season where we really need we need these 3-4 games. I feel like we tricked off about 3-4 games that we could have won at the end of the season that really put us in a bad position to play in.
JaVale, you mentioned Malik, and one of the things that was obvious last year early on is you and he developed an incredible pick and roll lob chemistry. What are the odds you guys continue that somewhere, or maybe it continues here?
Sack,
we're all dying to know
to have you both back.
And Malik's future. What do you think?
Playing with Malik is definitely a blessing. He draws so much attention, being the pure scorer he is, and then having that ability to pass the ball also is definitely a plus too. And I'm sure he's going to have a great offseason when it comes to financial stability, I like to call it. But as soon as he signs, wherever he signs, if he signs back here, whatever big is matched up with him that can catch lobs and run the floor with him will definitely be successful.
JaVale, we just got the news. Our boy Mike Brown got an extension. What was it like playing for Mike? I know you knew him from before. What was this season like under him?
Oh man, it was amazing, man. Just seeing his leadership and the grit he comes in to the court with every game and trying to motivate the guys is amazing. He's a great coach. I love the way he coaches, and he deserved exactly what he got.
JaVale, during your exit interview when you were speaking with the media, you talked a lot about the work ethic of this team, and even though it's a young team, how impressed you were by that. As I say, I know you already went through that, but could you share that with our audience now? How impressed you were with the ethic?
Oh yeah, the young guys on this team. You got second-year guys, third-year guys. They have the demeanor and the voice of seasoned vets. They're in there every day early. They're in there late. They're working hard. They don't miss workouts. No one was ever late. I believe we probably have 5 late instances in the whole season.
Rare,
That's
right?
extremely rare. People are late all the time when it's on unprofessional teams, especially with young guys. But it didn't happen here. We have a lot of great guys that are focused on winning and winning only. They're not guys that's going out all the time and focused on things off the court. It's a really lot of locked-in guys on this team, and it was really impressive.
JaVale, you've been on championship teams. One thing I admire about you is that passion and fire that you play with, but also behind the scenes as well. How important is that? And do we need more of that here in Sacramento? More of that dog mentality out there?
I say it all the time, man. I really do. It's a different mentality of, I feel like here in Sac, we have a lot of nice guys, a lot of good guys. And people put bad raps on the bad guys. But sometimes you need about 1 or 2 bad guys on the team.
You can say it, man. You said baby daddies. You said say what you want to say.
At least that was you said that. I didn't say that. I really said that. But definitely some over the edge guys for a team like this. We got a lot of good guys, like I said. And you need some guys, for example, and this doesn't really have to do anything with the NBA, but more the WNBA. You see what's going on with Caitlin Clark, right? Yeah. You see how that girl knocked her over, and then her teammate came and just picked her up. She was supposed to go knock her over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If that's your teammate, and you know this is a star of the team, Caitlin Clark, I have to protect her at any cost.
Got to have her back.
And if you have her back, then you'll have a contract. Even if you don't score a point, you'll have a contract from the GM like, well, he's protecting our main asset. You know what I'm saying? So we need guys like that who aren't afraid to get texts, who aren't afraid to fight for their teammates on the team. And I think it'll be the stars for sure.
You said some of those guys are viewed as not good guys. And I'm not talking about – I think Malik's phenomenal. my question is, isn't that one of the things that if Malik leaves, the Kings will miss from him? Because he brought some of that edge.
Absolutely. He definitely brought that edge, but it's hard to get the edge from the second tallest guy on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whenever you look at guys, Charles Oakley and the big fellas, you need it from a 4 or a 5 who are a guy, even if he's not out there scoring whatever, but he's an enforcer. When he gets in he's imposing his will. He's setting dirty screens. He's doing what he needs to do to make sure that the other team is not only not afraid of this team, but they have a high respect level for it. Right. And I just feel like last year we had some situations where teams weren't afraid of it.
Yeah.
They were just afraid of us scoring, but they weren't afraid of our demeanor. They weren't afraid of our energy. Like, okay, this team is kind of tough. They do things where we got to watch out. Let's not rile them up.
I think that's one reason why teams maybe were able to come back from big deficits.
For sure. A lot of teams that I've been on, we've and it was something that I spoke on at one game. I believe we lost again. No, we won against Wemby and the Spurs.
Yeah,
but we won by a little bit, and everybody was just cool with it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I walked in the locker room, and I had to silence the room, and I had to really have a conversation of why are we glad right now? We barely beat the worst team in the league, and they weren't afraid of us. On teams I played on where we were the best teams, bad teams came in and played bad. They played exactly who they were. They knew they didn't have a chance. I feel like teams came to us and they felt like they had a chance. And you have to have that demeanor on your team where teams come in and they don't feel like they even have a chance. If they get a win, that's off the sweater they brought. They're like, wow.
They had to earn that.
They had to earn it. I don't know how we did that type of thing.
I'll tell you what, Javale, sorry to cut you off too, man, but this pisses me off. How many times did I watch the Pelicans? Freaking Herb Jones, Trey Murphy laughing and smiling.
Yeah.
What happened there, dude? Six times.
They had our number. They had our number the whole season. I don't know what it was, but on an honest note, they had some dogs.
Yeah.
They got dogs. They got a lot of dogs too. Right. They got like 6 of them.
They got a whole
you know
kennel.
what I'm saying? They got exactly. They got a lot of dogs. They got Alvarado doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They got, you know what I'm saying? They got real dogs on that team. Guys that weren't drafted, so they don't feel like they deserve it. They like one mistake, I could be out of here. So I got to go out here every day and give it my all. They got guys like that. Right. And teams need, like I said, 1 or 2 guys like that who are actually playing also. I mean, you can have guys like that, but if they're not playing, you only can yell so much off the bench.
Yeah, I look at and we've talked about it, like a Bobby Portis with Milwaukee.
Exactly.
He got a little dog in him.
Absolutely.
I say you need some crazy that you
need something.
Marcus Smart, somebody that'll just go right up to that line, and you're not sure if he's going to go over it or not.
Absolutely, you definitely need guys like that, and that's why guys like that stay in the league, even if they're not playing on teams. Sometimes they get in 5 minutes a game just to muck things up. You know what I'm saying? But that's a part of the league. Some people always ask, like, how's this guy keeping a job? He's not even that good. You're like, all right, but grown men are afraid of him on the court. And having that impact on the court is a definite plus.
That's JaVale McGee, of course. JaVale, you were with Dallas before you came to the Kings, and it was a totally different team than I know. They've made a lot of moves, and then after those moves, someone didn't work out. They made other moves.
Absolutely.
But could you see it coming at all? Could you see how this Luka Kyrie thing maybe was going to come together? I thought offensively it'd be great. I didn't think they'd be able to defend like they are.
Yeah, they're definitely defending. They're definitely Nico did a great job getting the players that he got in the draft and trading the players at the halfway point. He did a great job at that, and you can see it on the court. You can see the excitement that they're playing with. You can see the aggression and the intention that they're playing with. They're playing very, very focused on one goal, and everybody knows the spots they need to be in, what they need to be doing, and it's working for them.
JaVale, with the Mavs, I've said, they got Luka and Kyrie, but the heart and soul, the backbone of the team is like a PJ, a Derek Jones Jr., Daniel Gafford.
Yeah.
Do you see that as well? Luka and Kyrie are the stars, but really would keep it going the way it's going.
Again, some dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you look at all these teams that are winning, they got a little side dish of dogs in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not the main plate. You know what I'm saying? Luka and Kyrie are definitely the protein and the vegetables. But you got a nice little side dish of some dogs in there.
Right.
I probably shouldn't ask you because I know Draymond's not popular around here after what he did to Domas, but on those Warrior teams you were on, how important was that dog element that Draymond
Extremely important. And even when I wasn't there, it was extremely important. The things that Draymond does on the court, some people will say, okay, he's only averaging 7 points or this or that or however, but his demeanor and the way he brings, the attention that he draws without the ball and just from being a vocal leader on the court, off the court, in practice, just the whole intangibles is necessary for a team, and it's very necessary for that team. I remember, I don't remember, but I believe they were trying to get rid of him, or he was in trade talks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking in my mind, like, that's gonna be a whole different team if he leaves, because the Warriors have a lot of nice guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Dre gets to mix that thing up and blend it together to where, like, okay, this guy helps equalize the nice guys. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. So we awkward cut there, but we got the meat out of it, and our thanks to Kyle and Whitey, who helped us out a couple times in the last week, by the way, with some great content. We had the interview with Mr. Kendrick last week. We played JaVale McGee. And who's their producer? What's going on? Why did we get I got to be a show host now. Why didn't we get JaVale McGee in studio? JaVale. I know. I was trying to yell.
That's reason one.
Yeah, probably. Got to learn the name. Why did JaVale McGee come in? I think he was on Good Day Sacramento yesterday, too. He's doing a tour. Where we get JaVale McGee in? Oh, I can't even get Monty McNair on the show. The Kings mad at us? Uh-oh. New rumors. Are the Kings angry with the morning show? Let's find out about that.
Maybe.
We'll take back. Boston, Dallas. We'll get back to that preview. And then coming up, post-mortem. We'll do all that in just a couple.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus, view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments, gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Ooh, my. That is business phone bliss with Uma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Uma has everything I need to make business more efficient, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Uma. Nice. Find your business comm at uma.com/radio.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel. Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the man in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
Morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Jason Ross.
Question for you.
Answer for you.
How much of the what Javale said you agree with about the dog? I guess I don't know. I know where he's going, and I agree to some extent, but not entirely. I was just curious what you thought of what he was saying.
I think Javale McGee is an incredibly intelligent basketball player. You know, we have the whole Shaq and the Fool, and we'll have fun with all that. But I think Javale has been on championship teams. He's won gold medals. He understands, or has at least been there, and understands the makeup of the team that is a championship contender. I think it reflects, and you and I may part ways a little bit on this, I suspect, maybe not. I think it reflects a little bit about what we talked about this year. This isn't a disrespect to De'Aaron Fox or DeMontis Sabonis who lead in their own way. But when I say they're not dogs, I don't mean they're not competitive. I mean they're not lead out the floor for the kids. Nothing to do with that. I'm talking. There's a very specific type of dog when we say dog. What does that mean? It means Draymond Green's a dog. PJ
Right.
Tucker is a dog. You know, they're Caldwell Pope is a dog. You go through most of your pretty successful teams, and the dog is the guy that is going to gather everybody in the huddle and bang heads together. The one that is going to, throw something in the locker room. So you guys got to wake up. Yeah, Jimmy Butler is maybe the doggiest of all dogs. And to me, the closest we have on the team to dogs like that are Javale McGee and Trey Lyles. And do we need somebody else to come in? And if, a Draymond Green type, somebody's trying to punk our guys, he's the guy that's going to be in the middle. Doug Christie, dog. Anthony Peeler, dog. Like those types. Yeah, I'd like to see at least one more on the roster.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I have it.
Oh,
I'm saying I have a feeling you and I might differ, so I was trying to set up for you.
I don't know that I totally differ. I mean, I think it's more of and maybe it's the mentality that I get. I feel like a lot of people think that's the person that's going to be the first to fight or step up, not even pick up another player, and maybe there is some value to that in a team. I'm more concerned. I actually thought where he hit the chord with me was I really like what he said after they escaped with the win at home over San Antonio, and he's like, people keep in the locker room more happy, and it's like, no, that was unacceptable. Yeah, they won. That's the bottom line. No moral victories or whatever is literally a victory, but it was like, no, we need to have a different approach. If we want to be a championship team, we can't be playing around with a team like the Spurs in that kind of sense. That's where it hits me more on the leadership and the mentality of the approach, because I don't know. I think we get a little comfortable with the term and who we define as dogs. Like I look at Boston. I think they all just really compete. I don't know that I go. I mean, who would you define in the terms of a dog
on Boston? I would say Drew Holiday is probably a dog.
Because he's what? Just like an intense defender?
Yes, I think that's part of that.
Yeah.
He's an intense physical defender. Al Horford is the championship caliber experienced dog that is going to give.
And just to push back, by the way, why would Davion not be a dog on the intense defender?
I think no, it's a good pushback. I think with Davion, it's just it's probably more of the vocality. I don't think that's a word. Like Giroux will get vocal. He's Drew Holiday has universal respect as being one of those leaders. A lot of times, you don't see him like Marcus Smart is a great example of a dog, but Marcus Smart's vocals were very, very public, whereas from all accounts, Drew Holiday is more of a behind-the-scenes type of dog. Derek White, I think, qualifies there, or at least has this year, where, again, these aren't perfect examples, but maybe part of it is when you're a team that lacks in defense and physicality, sometimes you have to make up for that with vocal leadership and the ability to, take pride in the fact that we're not turnstiles on defense. Take pride in the fact we need to stop right now, guys, and we're going to make this personal. We're taking this personal. I just don't know how much of that's – I feel like that's something we need more of.
Yeah.
But,
I guess some of the guys that are kind of maybe that would be classically defined as that in the league aren't always champions. Like, I just think it's a little overplay. Like, again, now here's me picking apart Marcus Smart. The guy's awesome, but he doesn't have a title. You mentioned PJ Tucker.
You're right.
He gets added to the Clippers. It seems like, that's a perfect good. He doesn't even get to play. And like, where's his impact on that team? So, but that's also me now crapping on him because I do kind of feel like those guys are dogs. But yeah, I don't know. I think we get when a team doesn't win, we look for what's missing. And I don't think JaVale's wrong. I think this is a good bunch of guys, a bunch of nice guys. And so what's the logical thing to say? Yeah. They could use a little infusion of somebody that's maybe got a screw loose or that's willing to, hey, you know what? I'm tired of us getting scored on. We're not going to tolerate this. And I don't know that this team is filled with that. I would definitely agree with that.
I think there's also subtext. We say this general term dog, but let's have a real conversation about this. And I want to try to have the conversation without sounding disrespectful, especially to our team leaders, Fox and Sabonis, who we've said many times. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are not why the team did not make the playoffs last year. They had career years. I have no notes on Fox and Sabonis. Were they perfect? Sure, we could pick it apart. But when you've got Fox having his best defensive year of all time, having his best offensive year of all time, when you have Sabonis once again being on those all-NBA teams, leading the league in rebounds, number 6 in assists. Look, sing their praises all day. I'm saying that because I don't want to be taken out of context here when I say the knock on this team last year was it seemed like they were soft. And what I mean by soft is not that they were soft in the classic sense of the word. Soft in the sense, like JaVale McGee said, teams should have come in to Golden One Center, which should be one of the, if not the best home court advantage in the league. They should have come in scared, intimidated, especially the worst teams. And it seemed like every team came into Sacramento and the scouting report was, guys, they could have a 20-point lead on us. You can get these guys. They are prone to mental lapses. They are not good closers. This is a team that you can come back and adjust to in the second half. And if you get their confidence down, they will spiral. I think if we take out the term dog and we just make it more, you've just got to be more of a mental hunting trap that just closes the teeth on the legs of these teams and doesn't let go. And by the way, a lot of that I look at, I'm taking a real strong look at the newly minted rich guy on the Kings and Mike Brown. It starts with him, where it's like, dude, you cannot have these 17-2 runs at home after a 20-point lead. You can't lose at home to Detroit. You can't lose at home to Washington. You can't lose to Charlotte. You can't lose in Portland. You can't blow a 24-point lead in Phoenix. You can't blow a 5-point overtime lead in Milwaukee by missing free throws. Like, some of that stuff's going to happen, of course, but there was a lot of it that happened during the course of the season. And I think that, to me, is the undertext of what JaVale was saying.
Yeah, and it gets beyond it happened too many times. So if it just happened, 4 times, and those 4 others, which I know there's more than that, but were wins, well, now you're not in the play-in. And now maybe you do have a series. And did you get far? And I think the whole narrative on the team is different, but it didn't happen that way, and now they got to figure out why.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Celtics Mavs, we'll go back to that. I love this conversation, though. And when I look at, I don't want to do I can't count here. It won't let me sort. But I will say the Kings had a home record last year of 24-17. They were 7 games over 500, which, by the way, was 1 game better than the year before when they were 23-18. They were 24-17 at home, just 2 games better than how they were on the road. Now, listen, man, maybe I'm putting purple glasses on. Maybe I think too much of this fan base. But as a member of the fan base and as somebody who lives in this town and knows how these fans are and know how that place sounds, good luck finding a better home court. You might have built-in home court advantages in Miami or in Denver with altitude in South Beach. But when it comes to just straight-up crowd support, good luck finding better than Sacramento, California. And at some point, this team needs to completely embrace that and say, you're not coming on our floor and getting a win. And if you do, then you're going to be bloody and bruised doing it, and we're just going to tip our cap. And 17 losses at home for a team trying to get in the playoffs is completely unacceptable, Jason.
And surprising, right?
Yes.
You're right. The home court is great, and they're a good team, and they played well, and they seem to feed off that. But too many things got away from them at home. Really, I still, to this day, don't think Golden One has truly established itself as that dominant place as it should not. It's not a reflection of the fans. It's not a reflection of the turnout. It's more a reflection of the players and how they've played there. And that should just be a dominant place to play.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Celtics and Mavs and more right after this. But first, I want to talk to you about switching. We talk about the electricity at Golden One Center. How about we talk about the electricity in your home year-round, kids? Year-round electric. You don't have to deal with all the fluctuating bills that you get with PG&E. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let my friends at American Energy Heating and Air do the work for you and switch you to electric year-round with one of their brand new, smooth, efficient HVAC systems. Now, they'll come out to your home, no charge. They'll look at your current system. They'll recommend one for you. They'll let you know exactly how it's going to save you money. And not just save you money by going electric year-round, but also save you money month to month because your system's going to be more efficient. And if it's already 102 degrees today, this summer's going to suck. As you know, Sacramento summers go into mid-October before it starts getting cooler and crisper. We're going to have football season out there and still have 100-degree days in September. That means we got 5 months of this. This summer's going to suck. Don't make it suck worse by having crazy high energy bills and a crappy AC system. Oh, by the way, it helps you in the wintertime, too. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. When we come back, Celtics and Mavs. And maybe if we have time, we'll take a look at just how much of a home court advantage Arco Arena used to be. We'll do that after this.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker. I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie. I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Starting out with sunny skies and temperatures in the low 60s, but warming into the low triple digits this afternoon with gusty north winds. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Find all-time home record for the Sacramento Kings. I just remember back in, the Arco days, for example. Like, good luck. Even the crappy teams, dude. Like, even the crappiest Kings teams, it seemed, had some sort of crazy advantage at home. And when, like, if you go back, I'm going all the way back to, like, obviously the furthest I can go back on ESPN is 02-03, which, come on. But they were 35-6 in 02-03. In 03-04, they were 34-7. God, those were sweet years. And then 27-14 the year after that, which is where they're at right now. But you have to. You got to protect this house. And I think there's something to that, going back to the JaVale interview we were talking about with JaVale McGee yesterday, which, by the way, you can find and support our guys in the afternoon. Go to YouTube, search Sacktown Sports, and you can watch JaVale in with Kyle and Whitey from yesterday. Also, again, we replayed it, but I would invite you to go back and watch the interview with Bob Kendrick last week, the president of the Negro Leagues Museum, which was excellent. I think it starts with home court. You always said have a great home record and then go 500 on the road. Well, the Kings are kind of there, but that home record needs to get a lot better. And if it is, maybe they're still playing right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think they have figured it out on the road. They've been a pretty good road team the last couple of years. That's definitely an encouraging sign. But they got to find a way to make it much more dominant, special. It is a special place to play. I think they get it, they know it, they feel it. But I wish that resulted in even a higher percentage of success at home.
Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving will most likely be checked by Derek White and Jrue Holiday. Now, I think Jrue Holiday and Kyrie Irving is really going to be the matchup we can kind of count on. I think you're going to get Jaylen Brown switched in there as well. The issue really for Boston is going to be, look, I'm not saying Kyrie Irving won't be an issue. Of course he will. But where it really gets silly is, okay, how do you defend? Well, first off, how do you defend Luka Doncic? You don't. You just try to contain him as much as possible. Hope he has a few 9 of 27 nights and make the rest of the team beat you. But when you look at Luka's stats, regular season's one thing, man. When you look at his postseason stats, it's just absolutely stupid. I mean, honestly, Oklahoma City was probably his worst series. Minnesota is best, 33 points, 10 boards, 8 assists. And that backs up. You look at the year Luka had, Jason, at just 25 years old, and he doesn't turn 26 until the end of next February. 34 points, over 9 boards, just under 10 assists on almost 50% shooting. And he's 6'7", and that creates such an issue depending on, who the hell is going to be guarding him. Jrue Holiday is 6'4". Now, he's a big guard. Derek White is 6'4". And then if it's up to Jaylen Brown, 6'6". So Luka's going to be a little bigger than all three of those guys. Plus, if it is Jaylen Brown, it's going to be interesting what Joe Mazzulla does, Jason, and how effectively Jaylen is on either of those guys, because the other part is you start getting these dudes in foul trouble, you're having some serious offensive issues.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the path for Dallas. I think the good thing, you mentioned it already kind of in there, Dave, is the fact that, and let's throw in Tatum, like they're so switchable that I'm sure Dallas is going to try to get into some pick and rolls and, pick and pops and different things like that. But what switch are they trying to get to? Maybe the big on Luka, I guess, and you can keep working through that. But Boston has so many different counters and so much ability. And then Horford has shown that ability to cover guys, and so can Porzingis. So and that's what makes Boston so good defensively, is their versatility in their defense and the fact that almost all those guys can kind of guard almost every position. And the fact that Dallas doesn't have a dominant big guy. Now, they'll do some, lobs to the rim to Gafford and some other guys down low to Lively, but it's not like Jokic or, some dominant low post guy that Dallas has to go through. So it's going to be a lot of just precision offense is what they're going to need between what Luka and Kyrie are doing.
Well, you mentioned, do they switch on the bigs? I would say, again, it depends on the athlete, but I think the very last thing Boston should do is try to switch a big. And I say that because we saw poor Rudy Gobert, defensive player of the year, multiple times. Dallas worked and they were designing plays to get the reigning defensive player of the year out at the line, at the arc, one-on-one with Luka Doncic, and Luka just torched him to the point where people were joking about Luka having Rudy Gobert on skates. So for me, if Luka can take a big like Rudy, again, the reigning defensive player of the year, and make him look like an amateur out there, what's he going to do to Porzingis? What's he going to do to Al Horford, who's 77 years old? I don't know that switching a big on Luka is an option for Boston. They're going to have to do it with their wings, I think.
Probably, but also it's going to sound weird because he's the reigning defensive player of the year, but I think Gobert is much better in the paint and in the interior part of his defense.
You're right.
So, Porzingis can move a little bit. Certainly Horford can move a little bit. They're not going to be able to, exactly stop Luka. That's not my point, but I actually think they're a little bit better equipped than Gobert, believe it or not. Out there at least.
Yeah. Well, they're I would say this, at least with Horford, weirdly enough, despite the age factor, Rudy's just not maneuverable.
Exactly.
He's a great athlete, but to your point, I mean, there's a difference between stepping and turning a foot or two in the key versus trying to hang with Luka. There's just, and I didn't blame Rudy one bit for that. He got a ton of crap, and it's like, nah, dude, I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming Chris Finch and his gang and Mike and Nori, our good friend in Minnesota, because you have to counter that. You can't have Rudy Gobert. I'd almost rather have Cat on Luka Doncic if I had to choose between the two, just because he's more maneuverable. Now, when you look at the star players for both teams, Jason, you look at Jason Tatum versus Luka Doncic. It's also incredibly interesting. Jason's had a longer career. He's played in 113 more games than Luka Doncic. But when you really look at them lined up, it's just not even close, man. Luka Doncic is better than Jason Tatum in every single category, with the exception of a slight edge for three-point percentage, a very decent edge in free throw percentage, 10 points, 84 to 74. But when you look at even the analytics, box plus minus, value over replacement player, it's not particularly close. As you mentioned before, the edge Jason Tatum has on Luka Doncic is obviously defense. It's a significant advantage on him. For example, their lifetime, I'm not trying to get too nerdy here, guys, but their lifetime defensive win shares, 17.9 for Luka Doncic, 26.4 for Jason Tatum, which is actually, if you understand analytics a little bit, it's actually surprising to me that it's that close, being that win shares is cumulative. And as we mentioned, Tatum has about 113 more games played than Luka Doncic. I thought that would be bigger. But it's just, Luka is just, I think, overall the better player, not by much. But we're talking number 1, number 2, number 3 in the league versus probably number 4, 5, or 6 in the league in Tatum. It's just, I think it's going to come down to that edge and everyone beneath it. And to your point, Jason, you put in the notes, what the hell is Kristaps Porzingis going to do for this team?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of an X factor, just an unknown factor. I shouldn't even say X factor. We just don't know what he's going to mean. And, the Luka narrative is going to be interesting to see, because to me, at the end of this, he is either going to come out as one of the greats, which he's still a great player regardless. But if he wins this title as a part of the key piece of the Dallas Mavericks over a heavily favored Boston Celtics team, I think it's going to change his overall narrative. I think there's already greatness there. But Dave, I also still think we're in the same thing and stuff that you accused him of that I think you're right on. Like James Harden, it's just a very singular player that's so gifted that right now they found the right group with him. And I can't figure out if this is the start of something for Dallas or this is just 1 year that it all came together. Because, I mean, again, 2 years ago, they got to the conference finals. And then last year, just with Luka having a great year, completely fell apart with Kyrie. Now, this year, they were doing fine. And then the additions all seemed to blend in. And, hey, they deserve to be here. There's no real, there's always luck. But, I mean, they deserve this. But I don't know if this is just going to fall in line with what the West has been over the last couple of years. And we have a new team every year. So I don't know. I think he's still going to be great. It was like that run Harden was on with Houston. They were great, but he couldn't get them over the top. I don't know. I think Luka's a tough guy to play with. He's really, really good. But I think you have to have the low volume, effective, efficient guys around him.
You happen to see the regular season series with these two teams?
I did. And I saw that
Boston got him once.
Yeah, I saw Tatum and Doncic I think Tatum's 6-5 lifetime versus Doncic, but I didn't see the regular season.
Celtics first game in Dallas won 119-110. Second game in Boston, Celtics won 138-110. This is interesting though. They just ran away in the second half.
The Celtics did?
The Celtics
what
did.
was the date of that last game? I think it was
March 1st.
March 1st. Okay, so you're right after the trade deadline.
Luka had a triple-double, 37, 12, and 11.
What did Lively do in that game?
Lively he had 15 points.
How about PJ Washington?
PJ Washington, 17 points.
And Gafford?
Wow.
Yeah.
Gafford
didn't play.
He had nothing.
They're definitely, Dallas is a different team than they were before the deadline. I don't think they're different enough to beat Boston 4 times out of 7, but they're definitely different. And Jason, just back to your point real quick. Luka's 25 years old, as we said. He's not even 20. The scary thing about Luka Doncic, barring injury, is he still has probably at least 7 or 8 years of prime left. And we're talking about a guy who almost averaged, was just under 34, 10 and 10 last year. But to your point about playing with him, all right, I'm just gonna try to use an analogy that applies to us, but anybody could do this at their work. Whether you love him or hate him, Howard Stern's considered one of the greatest radio people of all time. He is ratings, everything. He's Howard Stern. If Howard Stern decided to quit his show and join our show, well, you and I are not going to have near the contributions that we do to the show right now. We're not going to have if there were statistics on us from a radio standpoint, Jason, there's no doubt the show would do better ratings wise. There's no doubt overall things would be better for the station if Howard Stern came and it was the Howard Stern, Dave and Jason show. That would be better for, I can put my ego aside and say if Howard Stern did mornings in Sacramento, our ratings would go up, but yours and my performance wouldn't. In fact, we would become role players because he's such a huge personality that you have to basically get on and off the spinning merry-go-round of what he's constantly doing. Now, if you want to equate Kyrie Irving and Robin Quivers, you can do that as well. So that's even crazier. But to your point, when you have such a big player that fills points and rebounds and assists, these other guys, it's tough to fit in over there.
Mm-hmm.
So your point's well taken. He's a wonderful player. Doesn't necessarily mean he's a championship player.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Imagine Howard Stern doing those growth commercials. See how that would work out. We'll take a break. When we come back, what is going on out west, Jason Ross? What is going on? Since 2020, there have been 5 different teams that have made the finals. Just what in the HE double hockey sticks is happening out here? And is it a good thing? We'll talk about it next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. N76, visit staples.com/print for details.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
So it's funny, we were just talking about Luka Doncic, Jason, and his extreme output, and though it's
huge output comes from a big input.
Huge. But like I would say one of our points, too, though, is obviously it makes it difficult sometimes, or more of a challenge for his teammates to get involved. And funny enough, I think we're having a similar problem in the chat. In the chat mob, if you will, is you have your regulars, and then so we've got this guy, his name's Dennis, who comes in, loyal listener, love Dennis, and this is it's a very difficult conversation because anybody who comes in and listens to us and participates in the chat has my love and affection, right? My love and affection. But the problem is Dennis also texts very much like my friend Camby, who, okay, then you and I would text each other and be like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? Do you want to go to the bar and hang out and watch a movie?
Sounds like something you would text.
100% what we'd say to each other. Whereas Camby would say, hey, send. What are you doing tomorrow? Send. Want to go hang out at the bar? Send. Maybe then we can go see a movie. Send. Emoji. Send. Question mark. Send. And your phone is like, bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm always going, can you please put it all in just one text? So Dennis, like I'm looking at it right now. So Dennis comes in and he's excited and he wants to chat with everybody. But I'm looking over here right now. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 texts on the chat right now. 8 of them are Dennis with bangers like much love. Yes. ... This one was good. Or yes. Guilty. And so I would say to Dennis what I say to my daughter, who I love more than anything in the world, along with my son. I always tell her, look, you're too old for E.F. Hutton. But the deal with E.F. Hutton is, he spoke softly and carried a big stick. I believe they used to say, Jason, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. Okay.
They did say that.
So what I would say to Dennis is, and I say this with all love, budget your texts. I tell my daughter, budget your words all the time, because then people won't pay attention when you say something important, because it's just this mass of stream of consciousness. So I would say, Dennis, just maybe write in the chat, a couple of things, but don't hit send, and then wait until you have a few sentences put together and then send it, and don't do the stream of consciousness, because then we get other texters that are like, I got to go. I can't do the spam. So thank you, Dennis.
He just gave you 9 thumbs up. I don't know if that means he got it.
I think he did. Let's see if Dennis can, because I don't want to have to do this manually. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to help. I think I believe in Dennis. I think he can do this on his own.
You can do it.
You can do it. Also, what's going on out west, Jason? By out west, I mean here. Since 2020, 5 different Western Conference teams have been in the finals. Lakers, Suns, Warriors, Nuggets, and now Mavs. So when you look at next year, could we have a 6th? Then I would the nominees are, I think, if you were going to have a different one. I mean, look, the number 1 seed in the league in the Western Conference this year was Oklahoma City. That would qualify. Yeah. Minnesota
almost made it.
Made it. Hey, what if the Clippers figure it out? LOL.
Sure.
I don't believe. Nope. The Suns would not count. Or hey, how about the Sacramento Kings?
There you go. That. But if you count that as them as a team, that's 4 more. That's 9 teams. I mean, are we a better chance of having a new team, or one of those previous 5 that you mentioned, the Mavericks, Nuggets, Warriors, Suns, Lakers, getting back?
You know what, dude? I honestly, I'll set this up as a bet. Like, would you bet on the Lakers, Suns, Warriors, Nuggets, and Mavericks making it next year, or would you bet the field? I think I'd take the field. I do.
Probably the field. The Nuggets give me pause, but
yes.
I feel that's still the best team in there. But, look, they lost fair and square this year. So
maybe the Nuggets' time is done. Maybe Jokic is retiring. So
But I mean, like, I would not have said before this year, I thought okay of Dallas and okay of Minnesota, but those were the teams in the Western Conference Finals. So I don't remember. I'm sure I was thinking Denver. I don't remember the other team. I would have probably had my highest likelihood of making it with them, but probably the Clippers. I was pretty high on the Clippers. But why couldn't that be the Kings? Why couldn't that be the Pelicans? Why couldn't that be the Rockets putting it together? Sounds crazy today, but so did the Mavericks making the finals.
Can I throw in a like ridiculous wild card? By the way,
sure, let's do it.
This is a ridiculous wild card, but I don't think it's ridiculous as it sounds off the top of my head. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that one of those teams is San Antonio. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. But as good as Victor Wembanyama was last year, he's going to get better next year. Devin Vassell is a fantastic piece, and they got a lot of money to spend. And they're very smart at what they do. So I could 100% see them saying, you know what, we don't need to wait for this kid to develop. We are all in. Let's go. And we may be underestimating just how good San Antonio could be next year.
Look, I don't think it's that crazy. They weren't very good this year, but doesn't mean you can't turn it around quickly. Hey, Memphis, look, there's some candidates out there.
All right, we'll take a break. Jason may or may not be getting arrested. I think I heard a police car pull up to his house during that break. So
don't you worry about it.
Well, we'll see. You know what? Just don't pull a Scotty. Just get out of the car, dude. Do not be dragging anybody. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, Justin Jefferson reset the wide receiver market yesterday. Is that going to screw the Niners a little bit? Also, NASCAR coming up right after this.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And Logan Ryan picks him up. Looks like they're playing man. Laporte is over there as well. It's 5 out. It's empty on 4th down. Goff back. Not going to get out to his right. Being chased. Throws, and it is incomplete. The 49ers take over on 4th down again.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
If the cops were truly out for me, I'd be okay because I got Gonzalez law offices. You never know when you may need someone to represent you on your behalf. I could have been needing that situation here a moment ago. And if you're ever in that situation, then you want someone you can trust and someone that you know is going to work for you. Now, I'm sure that you've seen plenty of lawyers on TV. There's so many commercials out there. But the way those work, they just kind of turn and burn. They just go through as many cases as they want. They just do this on volume. Well, how about the people that are here in our community, that care about our community, that care about you, that care about themselves as well? I'm talking about Jonathan Gonzalez at the Gonzalez Law Offices, right in downtown Sacramento. Been to his office and just doesn't count you as one of the many clients and turns and burns through. He will connect with you and help you in your area of need. Now, what might that area of need be? Well, it could be a car accident, an expungement, wrongful termination case, whatever the case may be, whatever need you feel you need representation. I suggest you contact saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. Again, that's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at saclegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the men in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park too. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Parody.
Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha.
Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Get to this Niners thing. Ooh, the beat dropped. The beat dropped. Jason Ross, Carmichael Dave. Christopher Laud all the way till 10, which is just a little over an hour and a half. Don't worry. Styles and Watkins will be in for some crosstalk. And at some point in this segment, we will have Toyota Save Mart 350 NASCAR tickets for you this weekend, this Sunday. Out in, what is that? Is that San Rafael? What is that? It's not San Rafael, is it? Where the track is out there? Isn't it? Like near there?
Nevada?
Is it? I feel like it's pass by there all the time when I'm in and around Benicia.
Sonoma?
Yeah, Sonoma. There you go. Not San Rafael, Sonoma. 37 somewhere out there. Anyways, just want to real quick shout out me. Quick shout out to me. Yesterday, it was around 7 p.m. Jason, I was sitting in my backyard. This is so middle-aged. I was sitting in my backyard by myself. I had my little fountains on. I love my little fountains. And I was staring out into the yard, which we're just almost done with this 12-year project of working on it. And nothing was going on. There was nothing. And what was great about that is part of the reason nothing was going on is with 3 dogs. Now we have, it's starting to be that time of year where the flies come out, and the dogs don't help. You know what I'm saying? So we have a garden back there, and we don't want to screw around because the dogs, especially our puppy, eats and chews everything. And we're trying to make it so she's got like a 50-50 chance of keeling over here at some point. I'm just going to say that right now. Obviously, I hope it doesn't happen, but she eats everything and doesn't listen. It really is like having a 2-year-old right now. Like, this dog sucks right now, but long term, we're in it to win it. So hey MC, I did my own research. He'll love that. I critically thought, and I wanted to see if there's like a mosquito/fly repellent that I could buy that wasn't gonna kill dogs and kill my plants. So after much research, Jason, I got one of them little $10 pump sprayers off of Amazon. I told you about this. And I finally got all the gear in, man. Witch hazel, essence of peppermint, essence of lavender, those essential oils, apple cider vinegar.
Are you making a potion?
Dude, yes. It's pretty. Yeah, it was like at Hogwarts. Some oil. I use canola oil because I guess that's the stuff, the sticky stuff.
I have newt.
And now you can fly.
And cayenne pepper. And and some dish soap, just a little like a little tablespoon of dish soap, and I put it in this big, it's like a plastic cylinder, and you pump it, and it has this like long sprayer, and you just kind of like powers it with the pumping. And the problem is, so you would have loved this because that's the sound of me pumping up the thing to get the air in there. And then, like, the first 4 times, the little hose that extends to the sprayer, well, the first time, the pressure blew it off of the pumper, and I got doused with my own mosquito repellent, like head to toe, dude. Not great. This happened like 4 more times. A couple of times I was able to spray, but this kept happening, and then I realized, there's this thing I have to screw down the hose so that it doesn't pop off of the thing. There's like a little screw there to screw it in. So that was an idiot move. But then I finally got it all working. I was like a little Clark repairman or whatever, the pest control people. Like, I'm going around, I'm spraying the edges of the house, I'm spraying the bark and the garden, the lawn, and I'm just watching all these mosquitoes and flies just like, no, like flying away. I even put some of the spray in the fountains so that it would actually, I'm like, screw it, why not? Let's have it pump through this stuff. And did it smell a little bit like vinegar? Yeah. But it subsided, and then I sat down after I was done, wiped my brow, opened up a nice can of water, had a couple of drinks, so good. And I looked out, Jason, and you know what I saw? I saw nothing. I didn't see any flies.
You saw peace.
I saw peace, man. I didn't see any mosquitoes. I didn't see any of that. I did it. I did it all by myself.
You felt heroic, didn't you?
It was such a dad win. And then I followed it up. Here's a plug for you. Went over, opened up the old Traeger I got from my friends at Amy Ace Hardware. Turned that sucker on. Put on some chicken thighs that I got at Sam's Club with the bone in that I deboned on my own. Saved about half.
You already finished the whole chicken?
Huh?
You already finished the whole
chicken?
chicken?
Yeah, my kid pounded that chicken yesterday. Okay.
Hello.
Mason destroyed that chicken when he got
That's
home.
not what I did.
Okay. Went over to the Traeger.
Mosquito stuff, Dad.
Jesus. Went over to the Traeger, threw them thighs on there. I'm out there barbecuing. I got a little Joshua Redman quartet on. And it's just a little jazz, no mosquitoes or flies, chicken thighs, burning on the grill, nice skin getting crisp. It was a big dad win last night. Big dad.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You jumping in the pool today?
Oh, yes, I am. We'll be swimming. We're blowing. We got a couple of those little cheapo blow up thingies. You know, the air cots. What are they called? The floaties.
Wraps?
Yeah. Air cots.
They're called air cots.
Air cots.
Yeah.
So, hey, look, if you want to, if anybody hit me up on Twitter, if you want the homemade mosquito / fly repellent, I'm here for you. And if you want to grill like a champion like me, you can check out our friends at Amy Ace Hardware, available at their spot I've been going to since I was a kid at El Camino, or their brand new spot at Town Center. What?
People want video of your son with the chicken.
Okay. That's probably not how I should have said that.
Okay.
Hey, and I know Chris is instantly like, that's material. I get it, but I just don't know in what context you can use that without it sounding absolutely terrible.
This is more for us.
This is going to be
Chris will find a way.
This is going to be in a Christmas card. Justin Jefferson, boy, did he get paid yesterday. 4 years, $130 million. So, Jason, what is that? What do we do with Brandon Ayuk? I mean, he's not worth that much.
I thought he was on fire.
He is on fire, but Ayuk is not worth that much. I love him. He ain't Justin Jefferson, or is he Justin Jefferson? And he's just surrounded by Christian McCaffrey and Debo and George Kittle. Would that be his argument?
Is that a fair? I mean, his camp should say that, right? I mean, how do we know if you put Ayuk on let's say the Twins on the Vikings? How would he do? Would he have the same kind of numbers? Is he not the same guy? I mean, that's a really tough one to do because obviously I no way, shape, or form would diminish Jefferson because that guy's gifted, but it makes you wonder if Ayuk's kind of the dude on a team where he has to do it. Could he?
That's the thing, is kind of to your point. What does Justin Jefferson do on this version of the 49ers? Because I don't think and again, all loved it. I think Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the league, but he ain't gonna put those numbers up on the Niners. Not with you got a lot of mouths to feed, man, on the Niners.
Maybe not the numbers, but then you also go I look at McCaffrey as a good example. Like we always thought he was a great running back, but he's like all world on the 49ers.
Yes, it's a big difference. By the way, Brandon Ayuk and Justin Jefferson have played Ayuk's played in 2 more games than Jefferson. Jefferson's got him pretty much in every category, of course, but let's look a little deeper. Touchdowns, Jefferson has 30, Ayuk has 25.
Okay.
Yards per reception, Jefferson 15, Ayuk 14.6. Now, here's the difference. Jefferson, 392 receptions, Ayuk 269. Now, if you look at those average yards per catch, now all of a sudden it's a whole different thing because, well, what if Ayuk's got that kind of target? What if all, because for example, I don't know, how the hell do I do this? How do I do this math here? I'm going to try to do math on the air before we break. So Brandon Ayuk has 269 receptions and 399 targets. So that is an average of 67.4% of the time. I'm doing math, Mom. 67.4% of the time when Ayuk is thrown to, he catches the ball. Justin Jefferson has 392 catches, on 576 targets. That's an even 68% of the time. So, Jason, I would just, if I'm in Ayuk's camp, I say, hold on a second. You look at the numbers all you want. Let's look at the percentages. I'm catching the ball every bit as much as Justin Jefferson when I'm targeted. It ain't my fault I'm not targeted more. And when you look at our yards per reception, I'm right. I'm 0.4 of a yard behind him. Now, those add up. I get it. That doesn't mean that Ayuk is Justin Jefferson. But if Justin Jefferson's 4 years, 130, you telling me Ayuk's not justified in asking for 4 years, 100?
Right.
I don't think they can afford to do that, Jason.
Ooh, can they afford to lose him?
Well, that's why I think they drafted Ricky Pearson, because I think ultimately
signed Jennings.
That's right. If you look ahead and you read the tea leaves, I think if I'm the Niners, I'm like, look, Brandon, we want you. We acknowledge your value. We don't have the money to pay everybody. You can stay with us. We'll pay you as much. We will pay you a great salary, and hopefully you'll win championships. But if ultimately you decide you want to get the bag, yeah, I think there's a team out there after next season that would absolutely pony up for Brandon Ayuk, and they'd spit out a lot of the numbers we just did.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I have a really tough time seeing a path for Brandon Ayuk on the 49ers past next year, unless he gives a very nice hometown discount. And if anybody can do it, it's the Niners. Just remember, one thing I keep trying to remind Niner fans, and maybe I'm overthinking it, Parag Marathe is the cap genius that has oftentimes been the guy behind the scenes that has done a lot of these very creative deals. Parag Marathe is now the chairman of Leeds United. He ain't doing this anymore. The Niners own the team, and he has been dispatched to go do that. So, very interesting couple of years here for the 49ers. By the way, very interesting Sunday for you to take your trip out west. Nice drive, beautiful weather. It's going to be much cooler out there. Put summer into full throttle with Sacktown Sports. Wine Country, now the ultimate racing destination. Once again, NASCAR storming back for their only trip to Northern California for the Toyota Save Mart 350. Let's take caller number 7, lucky number 7, at 1-800-920-1140 to score a pair of tickets to pull up on Sunday, June 9th. That's this Sunday for the premier NASCAR race of the summer. For more info, SacktownSports.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We will go streaking. Jason Ross with the opportunity to tie the all-time show record. We can hear him audio-wise trying to start a fire where he's at right now, either that or rubbing his hands together. Either way, we'll be right back and we'll find out if Jason's caught me and who's hot and who's not right after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Gotta change my oil.
How about new Valvoline Restore and Protect? It restores and protects your engine to run like new.
Get in the zone.
It restores your engine to like factory clean?
And protects.
Get in the zone.
So Valvoline Restore and Protect restores and protects.
Now you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for $37.99.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right. Who is hot?
Diana Taurasi.
Diana Taurasi. Why is that?
The Mercury's 87-68 win over the LA Sparks. Taurasi had 31 points. She was 9 of 14 from the field and 7 of 9 from three. She also scored 30 points. This is the 14th season that she has scored 30 points at least once in a season. The closest person to her is Candace Parker with 14.
Yeah, I'm going to say first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm just going on one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Who else is hot here? I have something for you.
Wait, did I say 14-16?
Oh, well then now that's a whole a whole different thing now. Who is hot? The Angels scoreboard operator. As you know, Manny Machado is now in San Diego. Used to be in LA with the Angels. Manny Machado, when batting yesterday on the scoreboard, has his picture up and career stats and what he did his last at bat and his name, Manny Machado. And there's usually a blurb, like Manny Machado is 7 of his last, whatever. Manny Machado leads the National League in grounding into double play since joining the Padres in 2019. That's the type of petty I need to see in baseball. Who's not?
Tucupita Marcano.
Yeah, he is not hot.
He's been banned permanently for betting on games involving his own team, but that's not why he's not hot.
No, it's not.
He's not hot because in 231 baseball bets that he made, he only won 4.3% of those bets.
He's bad at it. He's like showing.
Was that his defense? No. Yeah. I bet on the game, but I wasn't cheating.
Like, how bad?
Clearly, I wasn't.
And you're done. You're playing in the Columbia B League for the rest of your life now and all over the world. Because you
there's precedent in baseball.
Oh, is there?
So football and basketball, they're trying to get what should we do? How should we punish them? Baseball is pretty clear.
Baseball is very clear. We have who's hot. We have who's not. What we don't have is who is mid. But I'm going to add that today, Jason. Who is mid? The Boston Red Sox. You see,
they're mid.
They're mid. The Boston Red Sox. Well, let me check because this is a day old stat I was saving. Let me see if they're. I don't think unless they were off yesterday. This isn't. Nope, they were off. Good. So the stat still matters. The Red Sox are 30-30. During the course of the year, they have been 1-1, 2-2, 7-7, 9-9, 10-10, 19-19, 22-22, 24-24, 26-26, 27-27, 28-28, and 29-29, and now they are 30-30. That's a respectable job.
Yeah.
That is. My favorite part of that whole clip is Jason at the end going, yep. You ever catch that?
Oh, yeah.
At the very end, yep. Also, on this day, 50 years ago, Jason, you'll remember this. Boy, was it a fun night in Cleveland because it was 10-cent beer night. The second worst idea ever behind dozen egg night. For example, during a scary ninth inning, Texas manager Billy Martin never backed down from a fight in his life, turned to his players in the dugout and told them to grab bats before leading a charge onto the Municipal Stadium field and into mayhem. A game that began with a handful of fans tipsy, running across the outfield grass, some of them naked, collapsed completely into chaos. By the time the Rangers escaped their clubhouse with a win via forfeit after surviving hundreds of fans storming the field as the Indians were rallying, it became apparent that it was all a big mistake. Remember, they had Disco Demolition Night in Chicago. Then they tried this. 10-cent beers, non-baseball fans showing up. Radio host, former KNBR afternoon host and legend Pete Franklin fanned the flames by vowing revenge against the Rangers in the week leading up. Martin was booed when he presented the lineup card. Mike Hargrove, a current manager, was a player in there. Sensed trouble long before being pelted with dozens of hot dogs thrown from the stands, barely dodging being hit by a wine bottle. Quote, about the second inning, fans started running back and forth across the outfield from the left field to right field bullpens. It started out with a couple of people doing it. Then it was 5, then 10. Then it was an entire bunch. You had multiple streakers, as we mentioned, to a handful of cops with billy clubs. Not Billy Martin, the other kind. And they were whacking people in the head and dragging them off as they came over the fence. Long lines, too long to get a quick refill. So unruly fans, some of them college kids, just home for summer break. Remember, this is early June. Chased off concession workers manning the beer trucks. The beer was now free. Stadium security was outnumbered. 25,134 people attended, the second largest attendance of the year. A woman ran on the field and tried to kiss umpire Nestor Chilak. A father and son mooned the crowd together. And then the ninth came, Jason, which could only be described as a low-budget horror film. After trailing 5-3, the Indians scored twice to tie it. They had runners on when a fan scaled the outfield wall, sprinted towards Rangers right fielder Jeff Burrows, and tried to steal the player's cap. In the dugout, Martin screamed Braveheart style for the players to follow him. Hargrove headed to right to assist Burrows, who at that point had been surrounded. The Indians burst from their dugout to help the Rangers. Some great big drunk guy took off Jeff's hat, and that was one of the first ones to get there. I tackled him, knocked him down, and it took 3 cops to handcuff him. Thank goodness he was on the ground. I took off. The rest, though, was a hazy blur. I remember nothing about the game, said Hargrove, other than in that inning, we were in trouble. And while most of the players escaped major harm, Indians pitcher Tom Hilgendorf's head was split open by a chair thrown from the stands as fights broke out all over the field. The rest of the country was outraged. Clevelanders were pissed off. Another blow to the city's already battered image. The Indians held another beer night a month later.
And if you're wondering in inflation terms how much 10-cent beer night would be today, 63 cents.
Is that right? Let's not do 63-cent beer night. Maybe we should
have the same kind of range.
That will get you like 40 tall cans at Golden One Arena.
Let's do that to welcome the A's next year. What do you say? We'll take a break. When we return, we still got to get to streaking. Speaking of, and the value of the 13th pick in the NBA draft. We'll lead off with streaking, though, next.
It's time to go streaking.
Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, Go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
If you're in the market for a new or used car right now, or if you just want to go see like what new technology's in the new cars nowadays, stop by and see my friends at Elk Grove Kia and the Elk Grove Auto Mall before you go anywhere else. As soon as you step onto the lot, you're going to feel like family. You're going to know why they have so many 5-star reviews at Elk Grove Kia and why they're the #1 Sacramento Kia dealer. Like, I love this 5-star review right here. Quote, "I could not be happier. My husband surprised me with my new Telluride. I love it. The staff is friendly, kind, and conscious. Took their time to find the perfect car. Thank you guys for the hard work. Great job. I love my new Telly." There you go. That's just another satisfied customer at Elk Grove Kia. So in addition to all the 5-star reviews, the finance team at Elk Grove Kia has over 100 years combined experience. You know what that means? Financing for everyone. And we know going to the car dealership can be overwhelming, but come experience Elk Grove Kia. They go above and beyond to make sure this is an automotive adventure for you. Check out what's on special and what's on the lot today at elkgrovekia.com, or better yet, come see everything in person at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
This segment is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville. Check them out at kiavacaville.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Jason. Poor guy. Jason is on remote today. And for the foreseeable future, the sickness from last week, he's being a nice guy. And
what are you eating?
Well, let me just say first off, I don't like it when food places come in and they don't come to us. Our friends down the hall, I honestly don't know where they got it from.
What do you got there?
So, sorry, still chewing. That's always important. I want to get the name of the place right so I can plug them. But somebody came in. I was going down the hall during the break, and something smelled amazing. And then I kind of peeked in there, and there was a gentleman I didn't recognize in there, I'm assuming from this restaurant, and there was like a bunch of different hamburgers. So I'm walking back towards here, like kind of head down, shuffling, sad. And Tom Maley comes out. Hey, you gotta try this, and he gives me about a quarter of this burger. Jason and Chris, it is a beautifully cooked hamburger. I see some caramelized onions. I see some cheese. I see bacon.
Okay,
thick cut bacon, and peanut butter and jelly. A peanut butter, jelly, bacon cheeseburger. And when he told me that, my first response, I'm going to admit, was, "Oh, no, man, I'm good."
Gross.
But he goes, no, trust me, you have to try this. I get it. And so I took a bite. Let me just say, it was cooked perfectly. It was not disgusting. It wasn't.
Was it good, though? Did you love it?
I don't know yet. I'm only one bite in. Chris, if you want to bite the other side of this, you can. I've only bitten this side.
At the same time.
Oh yeah, same time.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Like Lady in the Tramp.
Because I'd love to get Chris's thought on it. That's why
I'm just surprised that Tom didn't come by and say, "Oh, Chris, you also need to try this."
Yeah, right. I couldn't agree with you more. But I've had peanut butter at not Uncle Joe's. What's it called? Joe's Amazing Shack. Joe's place that has pizza like a buffet. Here, turn that mic on, Christopher. Chris is in here, and he is now eating the other part of this.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. And he's now realizing, yep, there's definitely peanut butter on it. What am I tasting? He's going through the same emotions I did and trying to figure out either A, this is surprisingly good, or B, this is disgusting, but I don't want to slam a new sponsor. So how do I say this?
Is it
Did the
weird?
bacon and
I think it would taste much better without the peanut butter and chili.
Well, I mean,
it's good.
It's not
very good.
Right, it is. But I can't decide if I'm going, well, am I just eating this because it's got the peanut butter and jelly, but I could do without it? I'll tell you what I would say. I would say Jason Ross. I'll tell you what I would suggest to the cook, the creator of this. I think oh, come on. What again? You got a whole burger? I got a quarter of a burger I just gave you, but he just brought down a whole burger. Sorry, food. I'm fat. I'll tell you.
You'll eat part of Chris's.
I'll tell you what I would suggest. No, you know what? Yeah, I was just gonna say. I just want the pickle. Thank you. Wait, what? Shut up. I'll tell you what I would suggest that I think would actually make this go. I'm pretending like I'm on one of them judges on Beat Bobby Flay or something. I think the peanut butter surprisingly works in almost like a peanut butter wing style thing where it's not so much about the peanut butter. It's about how the peanut butter works with the different sauces on there. But instead of a regular jelly, I think what would take this burger to the even next level is if they made it like a habanero jelly and added some spice to it. I think if they added some spice to cut through,
that would be incredible.
I think that would actually be the thing that took this to the whole different level. Jason?
I was going to ask about the caramelized bacon and the caramelized onions and the bacon throw it off a little bit to me. I don't know without tasting it. How did that combo work?
Well, I thought you were going to talk longer.
Sorry. Sorry about the pickle.
Yeah, I had to eat the pickle. I can't win today. So, the bacon's great because it adds saltiness and texture. I'm fine with that. And the thing that's important to remember here is the caramelized onions as we break this down here and do great radio. Here's the thing. A lot of people confuse sweated onions or let's say fried cooked onions with caramelized onions. Caramelized onions are a very, very specific thing in which you put a bunch of onions in a pan, add a little bit of, generally you want to add just a pinch or two of sugar to help kick it along. And you cook it on kind of a low medium for like 20 to 25 minutes. You literally are caramelizing the onions. They're not caramelized if they're not like a dark brown. Jason, it's not the same, but it's almost like there's different kinds of roux, and the best roux for a gumbo is that kind of brick flavor, looking colored roux that honestly takes like a half an hour plus to do, and it's very intensive. Similar with caramelized onions. A lot of people just they fry up the onions until they're soft, and then they put them on a burger, and hey, that's caramelized. No, it's not caramelized onions. Caramelized onions are a dark brown color. They're almost sugary sweet. They have a very deep flavor to them. And I'm going on and on about this because that's what's on this burger are caramelized onions. So when you put that with the peanut butter, the bacon, you've got that saltiness, that depth of flavor, that almost earthy flavor of the caramelized onions. You've got the kind of not tartness, but almost vinegar base of the ketchup, which cuts through everything. Like I said, my only note would be I'd love to see a version where that jelly is spicy, because I think that's the one thing missing is a little bit of spice from this, which is like fire wings. They're peanut butter wings. You've got that spice to it. I think it's the same thing. You need that spice to cut through.
Well, I'm sad I'm not there today.
Yeah, I know. I'm sad you're not here too. And, Chris,
where'd you go?
Sorry,
Jason's gonna just start cooking on the grill outside.
Well, that's true. You could start grilling. You got your own little island there.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go streaking. Chris has a whole burger. I'm still a little pissed at that.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Onions with Chris Guerrero. Oh, the caramelized onions are golden. Well, they're
Man, that's weird that he's just going after you right now.
Shockingly, exactly. It's like, dude, go Google image caramelized onions. You can see golden ones. You can see brown ones.
How upset would you be if you found out that that was my burner?
Chris Guerrero.
Yeah.
I would be proud of you.
Like it would be like
a 3-year bid.
Right. It would be like if Baxter went Baxter ate the whole wheel of cheese. Like I can't even get that angry at it. And honestly, now he's kind of in my head because
I was just thinking now you don't even know.
There are some real similarities between them. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, what the hell time is it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Just a quick 1-minute break. Draft prospects. We'll talk about the value of the 13th pick and yet another pick prospect. And this one you're going to want to stick around for because it's the name on everyone's lips. We'll get to that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
You go into your shower feeling But as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Jason Ross. Carmichael Dave. About another 45 here. The Chef's Table in Rockland is who gave us that burger there. Wow. I take my wife here. She'll love it. Jesus. Looking at their menu right now, Jason. This is definitely a my wife type of place, dude. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly burger. Jason Ross. Chewing on it right now. It's great radio.
And the pickle.
That was a big ass pickle. I'm not gonna lie, man. That thing was Clausen style too, not Vlasic, which is the proper pickle. 13th pick in the draft. I still think they're moving it. I ain't alone. But what can they get from Jason? What do you think the market is on this 13th pick?
That's the thing. I get the thought of why you say that and probably why they would want to do it. And you know, you don't need all 30 or 29 other teams to be interested. You just need one. But doesn't the 13th pick feel like a carrot to Harrison Barnes, a carrot to Kevin Herter? Like that's the add-on.
Yes. Yeah, it does.
So, and sometimes when the name isn't attached to it yet, or in this case, if the Kings are drafting and with intentions of trading it, they may be drafting this pick for someone else. Yeah, I think there may be a little bit something to that. Now, I would say the pro for taking the pick, and I'm not in a camp here because I'm going to trust more of the experts that do this and say it's not the best draft doesn't mean you can't find a player. And I would say by and large, Dave, I think that's been a skill set that's been good under Monty McNair and this regime. They're not perfect at it, but I would say they've won more than they've lost in drafting, right? Don't you think they've done fairly well in that regard so far?
Yeah. What do we have? We have 4 eligible years. Last year was mid-20s, traded to help extend Sabonis and move Rashawn Holmes' money. Then you have Keegan. Then before that, you have Keegan and Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton was a grand slam. Keegan Murray, at least right now, is a strong double, maybe, huh?
Yeah, pretty darn good pick. I would say.
I'd say Davion, what you would argue has been his biggest miss, yet still is a rotation player, and then incomplete when it comes to last year. So yeah, long answer, just going back over it. Yes, I'd say he's done just fine drafting. Not to mention, by the way, Keon Ellis and everybody else that he's done.
Yeah. So I think that's an area. So to me, the pros for keeping it is they've been pretty good at it. Number 2 is you get a player under contract control for several years, and I think that those are the positives. Doesn't mean that's the end all be all. That's the exact way you have to do it. But if you can find with this pick and another player or two that gets you something else that you really desperately want or feel like you need, then I'm all for that for sure.
I just worry about are we worried much about the? We talk about where they are on the age scale. I completely agree with you. Obviously, on contract, that's a huge, huge thing. And the Kings are kind of running out of room here. They've got Sabonis and Fox. Keegan Murray's going to come up, in the next couple of years. Whatever these moves, and I keep stressing this, whatever moves they make now are so damned important because it's going to lock you in from for a number of ways, cap wise, because they're just kind of right on the edge, and you can see that with this whole Malik Monk thing. So I feel like they want to bring in as impact of a player as we talked about the summer of distressed assets, the soda that's happening this summer. This seems like the summer of Monty McNair. I'm going to be not only am I going to be surprised, but I'm going to be quite disappointed if the Kings haven't, I love Monty. That's my guy. I've defended him to the death, and I think he's done a wonderful, wonderful thing. But I will say this. If the Kings go into next year and they haven't made any impact moves, then it is time to kind of heat up that seat, because even the excuse we often will say, which is a truth, yeah, but we don't know what was out there. At some point you say, okay, but other GMs are finding things that are out there, and sometimes you got to create the thing that's out there. So are we having an issue with that? Because Dallas somehow found a way to get better. A number of teams found a way to get better at the deadline or over the summer. We've got to get in there now. Like, we have to, because the timeline ain't our friend.
And I think they know that. I think they've, took a plan, took a route, and had to live with that. And last year saw better results of not being super aggressive at the trade deadline, right? They stayed at the 3 seed. I think a lot of people, myself included, thought, oh man, Phoenix is going to pass the Kings. Dallas will probably pass the Kings. And that didn't happen a year ago. This year was different. And so they had split results and kind of not being that aggressive at the deadline. I don't think they're in a wait mode anymore. It sure sounds like, and even what you hear kind of in a national narrative, that the Kings are going to be one of the teams looking to be a little bit more aggressive. And I think this is one of the assets that they do have that could lure something, is this 13th pick.
And with that 13th pick, let's just, for the sake of argument, say they choose to make the pick. Then for me, Zach Edey becomes a very, very interesting topic. He has two things that you cannot teach, which is size at 7'4" and the ability, that hand-eye coordination. Now, he's not, this ain't Kyrie Irving here with the handles or anything. Don't get me wrong. But for a guy that size on a team that severely lacks any form of inside defensive presence, this side of Defensive Player of the Year nominee vote getter Domantas Sabonis, if you're talking about the 2-time College Player of the Year, we've illustrated before, though, how many times that is, the College Player of the Year has not translated to the NBA, but those guys weren't 7'4", 300 pounds. We're not talking Simbular here. We're talking about a guy that has shown he can put the ball in the basket, he can rebound, he can block shots. I say screw it. Why not? You're at number 13, not number 5. Go for it, because the upside to Zach Edey is incredibly fun, and everybody else is just the same type of crapshoot.
I think Zach Edey, if the Kings were to draft him at 13, right now it seems a little bit higher, though it does appear that he's moving up some people's draft boards. You obviously know that, like you said, there's no other substitute for that kind of size. I think my pause would be, in the history of the draft, I would say more of the mistakes are made based on that premise. Like, hey, you can't teach size. You're right. But, a lot of times those players, not all the time, but some of those players flame out and it just doesn't work out. But I think we would be looking at, I wonder what the expectations would be, Dave. Like, if that is announced and that's the Kings pick, at 13, generally you feel like you're trying to get someone that's pretty either a starter or a high rotation player. I think he would just be a rotation player, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't have to define his career in the first couple months, but you could see someone that could be utilized strictly as a unique, physically big player that this team just doesn't have. And I would think he would be a bench guy, but that would be okay.
And if he is a bench guy, then he is fine. Great.
Right.
We
just be a productive one.
Just be a productive one. And I don't know if the guy's going to go out and play 40 minutes a game. I don't know if he'll ever be a guy that goes out and plays 40 minutes a game, but man, does it give you some stuff to work with. It gives you a massive, one of the biggest bodies in the NBA. And when you talk about the Victor Wembanyama's and the Nikola Jokic's, the Joel Embiid's, the Giannis Antetokounmpo's, well, Zach Edey might be a nice guy. Now, don't get me wrong. One-on-one, this dude's barbecue chicken. There's no way he can stay with these guys. But as a supplemental key enforcer by the way, I'd be very interested to see how he would play alongside Domantas Sabonis. My first instinct is they cover a lot of ground, a lot of the same ground, and Domas is not a stretch 4. But on the other hand, I think Zach Edey could do really well with that big rear end of his, getting in the way of a lot of potential defenders and giving Sabonis room to move around, which he does quite well. I think it would be a fun little – I think Zach Edey on the Kings would be kind of like owning a Miata. Like, you don't necessarily want to show it off to your friends, but when it's just you on the road screwing around, it's a blast.
Do they still make Miatas?
I think so. Yeah, no offense to Miata.
Yeah, it's MacGruber's car.
I've always wanted I've always wanted a little 2-person roadster to roadster around in, but I mean, I don't know. It's not something you're gonna pick your boys up in and hit the town, but get out on highway.
Yeah, just a boy. Just
get up on Highway 160 and cruise around in your dial. That's what I'm saying. Zach Edey, same thing. But he
first place, Highway 160.
That's what. Hey, man. Hey, Highway 160, River Road, summertime. Leave Sacramento around 6 o'clock. You get on that River Road around 6:30 by Hood Franklin. Head your way out to Aisle 10. Stop at a nice restaurant. Sun's going down. You get near the Delta. The breeze kicks in. The smell of that Delta air. I'm telling you, you take that all the way from Sacramento to Antioch and then just take the main roads back. You do that summer with the top down. That's one of the best drives. It's one of the most underrated drives in Northern California.
I pay my taxes.
Pay me my taxes.
You're living when you do that.
You're living large. Dog.
Yeah.
No, hey, no cap.
No cap.
None of a cap. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight and on this day in sports history. We'll do all that right after the L's.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hi, this is Jeremiah, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis is that soft roll with that honey butter brushed on it. It's so fluffy, like a cloud. It might be a mini, but it doesn't taste like a mini. That sweet, savory bite and that fluffy roll with that honey butter on it and that crispy chicken, it's an awesome way to start your day, the perfect breakfast treat.
Breakfast starts with Chicken Minis and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit Amici's.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at Amici's.com and Amici's delivers.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, one of the quirky things about the A's record so far is the way the A's have played a third of the way into the season against the National League. Yes, they haven't played the Phillies or the Dodgers or the Giants, but still, the A's are 10-5 against the senior circuit, minus 16 against the American League. And speaking of the Dodgers, they come to the Coliseum the first weekend in August.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Swing into summer at the Golf and Guitars Music Festival, June 24th and 25th at Hagen Oaks Golf Course. On June 25th, enjoy the live performances Under the Stars from Craig Campbell, Corey Kent, Love and Theft, plus Ashley Cook, Mark Willis, and more. It's not just about great music and golf. It's about giving back. Proceeds go to charities supporting youth, those with disabilities, and our veterans in the greater Sacramento region. Tickets start at just $40. Don't miss out on these great nights for a great cause. Get your tickets now at golfandguitars.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I don't like abusing it. I do feel like that's worth a breaking news bed. I just found something out non-sport specific that I do think is breaking news. This can't be true. Chris, tell the audience what you just told me.
Jason has never had a pizza delivered to him in Sacramento.
What? How is that even possible? Well, I know it's possible. You've never had a pizza delivered to you in Sacramento, but how is that possible, Jason? Explain yourself.
I'm trying to think if I've literally been the person that, like, you know, in radio, it felt like we used to have pizzas delivered a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think I was the one that, like, hey, let me get this set up. It's someone else did, and here's a few bucks. And then at home, we just don't have pizza that much, but if we do, we go to a place and I just go and pick it up, call and pick it up. I mean, it's to use it as a blanket statement, it's probably inaccurate, but I can't remember the last time I did. So
wow,
because I was thinking, I mean, it might be close to like 10 years since I've called up. Here's my address.
Yeah, in a pinch, I'll do it. I do agree. The problem with delivery is that you tend to not realize. Chris, you work at a pizza place.
It's DiGiorno.
Hey, I will house a DiGiorno.
Watch it.
Trust me. But the cardboard pizza box acts like it's like a humidifier. It steams the pizza, which is why pizza at the place is always better than delivery pizza. It's always better. Or if you pick it up, same thing. But the problem is that a lot of times these pizzas will be in the box up there by the warmer. And then, when Fred decides to go out for his 5 pizza delivery run, God knows where you are on that run. They're not delivering one at a time. What a great job being a pizza delivery guy, though, back in the day, man. I did that for a month.
Oh, man. I just worked in Midtown. It was the best.
Was it? You just leave, throw on the music, just roll around.
It was like right around when podcast started.
Oh, so you're getting tips. So you got cash every day. Yeah. I get it. Would you ever be a pizza oven guy at home, Jason?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I already plugged Amy earlier that Amy Ace Hardware earlier in the show. Damn it, Chris. But I will tell you, dude, this, what is it? I always want to say Grozny, but that's a city in Russia. Gozny. This outdoor pizza oven I got it changed my pizza world, man. Like, I'm cooking pizzas in like 3.5 minutes, dude. Like 900 degrees, put it in there. It's all you just gotta like circle it a few times, turn it around, and then bing, bang, boom. Honestly, the toughest part of cooking pizzas at home is the dough. As I said, you got to roll it out. It's these pizza guys that are doing the flippy thing with the pizza, like they're kind of superheroes to me.
What's also tough is getting your oven back on your side of the fence.
Yes.
No,
that's probably the most difficult part.
That's the one up in Pollock Pines, and that one is still in the field now. I think my wife went and got it, actually. It's not in the field anymore.
Oh.
But yeah, exactly.
So when was the last time you had pizza delivered?
God, it's been, I would say, last Tuesday.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was honestly, but to be fair to your question, I've probably had pizza delivered twice in the last 12 months, if that. It was just one of those things where Avery had a thing, Mason had a thing, I had a thing, nobody wanted to do anything. And you're just, which is why I will say again to the restaurateurs out there, I keep begging Taro to do this because he's the only guy I know that knows restaurants, McCooney. What I wouldn't give for like one of them Bell Brothers, Dutch Bros style drive-throughs.
Oh yeah.
I've talked to you about this before, and just have like 8 ingredients, dude. White and brown rice, couple of different vegetables, some chicken thigh, chicken breast, beef, whatever, actually like cooked. And it doesn't have to be like healthy, but you can make it healthy, if you don't get all the gravies and sauces. And I can just roll in and be like, yeah, give me a pound of chicken and a thing of rice and some of that broccoli, and you just take it home and pour it all into a pile. Like, I just hate that when you're running around, sometimes it's tough to eat healthy. And I feel bad giving my kids pizza, on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Got it.
Giants and Diamondbacks tonight. Mariners and A's. Giants looking to get off the schneid. The A's just, they're just trying to survive until Sacramento, Jason.
Then we're ready. Then it's go time.
Then look out. 55 wins. Here we come. The A's have lost 6 of 10. But just they are 24-37. The Giants 29-32. They've lost 5 in a row after showing some real signs of life towards the they won that last game against the Dodgers. Then they won 8 out of their next 9, 10 out of 11, 10 out of 12, excuse me. And then they've lost 5 in a row since then. So not
you
great.
Say they've lost 6 of 10. I say they've won 4 of 10.
Hey, you know what? The glass is always on the bright side of the morning in the bush. On this date in sports history, July 4th, 2009, Randy Johnson records his 300th win pitching for the San Francisco Giants. Now, to be clear, he didn't win for the Giants 300 times. He just happened to be pitching for the Giants when he won his 300.
How about that great run he had as a Giant?
Just honest.
I don't remember a lot of it.
Oh, you don't? Oh, my God. There was the game there was the time where he won his 300th for the Giants. That was cool. That was his final, I think. Wasn't that his final year?
I believe so.
I think so. He won 300, and he wasn't terrible. He was 8.
I still think at this point too, Dave, would he not be like, if you were given, hey, look, you've got to stand in the batter's box against a pitcher, that might be my last choice.
Randy, 100%. 100%. Randy,
even being righty, I know, just
go on.
And because I feel like he could do it just enough. Like, he looks scared. I'm going to make him even more scared, and just throw one close enough that he wouldn't hit me, but I wouldn't know that he wouldn't hit me. And that would be.
Apparently,
I just couldn't imagine.
Randy Johnson in college was terrifying because he had no control.
No control, and that's the thing, is that Randy, from an intimidation standpoint, number one, and I know a lot of people go back to Bob Feller, Bob Gibson, Don Drysdale, guys that have pushed you out of the box. I would say Mitch Williams is another, because he did not have control and he threw gas. But Randy, just anytime anyone wants to have fun, go on YouTube and just search Randy Johnson, John Kruk, and look at John's all-star appearance with Randy Johnson, in which I think there's a decent chance he, no joke, he pooped his pants. 100%. Before we hit the break, Steven, good morning.
Good morning. I'm not going to stand for this Miata slander, my friend. You can't do that, man.
Love Miatas. I was complimenting them, sort of.
Sort of.
All I'm saying is, Miatas are like.
You can't dig yourself out of this grave you already buried, dude.
Miatas are like what's the old saying? Miatas are like mopeds. They're a blast to ride, but you don't want to see your friends on them. You don't want your friends to see you.
I've had a 1990, and then I've had a 1994. My 1990, I sent cylinder 3 through both sides of the block. Had to rebuild the motor.
Is that bad?
And it was bad. Yeah, no, the cylinder 3 filed for divorce, and I decided to ixnay. One of the easiest, most fun cars you could ever drive or work on. Period.
Right.
So I will not stand for this Miata slander.
All I'm saying, dude, thank you. Love you too. It's and it's also the most selfish car. You know what car I like? How about a Mazda Asada? Why does it always have to be about me? How about a Uata? You ought to pause for this.
You ought to know.
You ought to take a break here. Okay, and then finally, on this day in June of 2010. Well, how am I supposed to read that? I was just laughing. I'm trying to pause between laugh and this. We celebrated the life of Bill Walton last week, and the life that Bill Walton may have celebrated more than any that passed in his lifetime was the great and legendary John Wooden. If you read any book on sports, read a John Wooden book. Read his classics the John Woodenisms. If you know, Yogi Berra always gets the fun because he says silly things. John Wooden actually was like a modern day like philosopher. The dude's outlook on, I say the dude, that's disrespectful. The coach's outlook on life, basketball, and how they all tie together applies to so much. He died in 2010, natural causes, the ripe old age of 99, Jason.
The dude.
I know. I said no one's ever referred to John Wooden as the dude. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity birthdays. We'll get into Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins, wrap everything up right after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus, view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
I'm surprised at how many players wait too long to have their golf clubs re-gripped. I'll pick up my playing partner's clubs when they're left near the green, and that's when I notice that some of the problems in their games could be attributed to worn golf grips. If yours are shiny or worn when you play, you're probably gripping the club too strongly for fear of losing it during a swing. The golf grip is your connection to the club, and fresh grips let you hold the club lightly, promoting proper swing mechanics and swing action. Many of us simply replace the grips with the same product that was on the club, but with so many different types of materials, colors, tackiness, softness, and more, you'll find plenty of sizes and colors to fit your game and your personality. Your local pro shop or club fitter can re-grip your clubs, or you can purchase a kit and do it yourself. Either way, re-gripping once a year is an inexpensive and fast way to bring a noticeable change to your game and to give your clubs that new club feel. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Keep your family cool and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or insulation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. That's theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Hey-o.
Hi.
Hey-o.
Hi.
I do like that you and Alan kind of have a own show for a couple of minutes during this segment.
Yeah. What's going on?
Wait.
No.
I won't know without getting into specifics.
Let me get another sip of coffee.
I'm just saying, I very much like me some Alan Styles, and he's ingratiated himself quite a bit into our world. Chris is okay too, and Alan, being for a while the new kid on the block, has come in and just dove into Sacramento, like full dive, splash, hustling, doing all that stuff.
He was at the Limelight over the weekend.
That's right. And the whole thing of what was his tweet? Like, I hear the Limelight might be the best kept secret in Sacramento, streets say. Yeah. Let's find out. One of those. Answer, it's not. But
I got ripped too. Someone said it's not a secret.
It's not.
Yeah, it's 100% not a secret.
I had a great time there. I'll tell
Everyone's
you
just like, oh, that place, and they're thinking of like the like carpeted Limelight of the past.
Right. Yeah. Not the new and improved Limelight.
I'll tell you about my time at Limelight off air.
Oh, well, will you? Ooh, okay. Well, that does nothing for the listeners. So, anyway, I always feel like when Alan comes in, my guy Alan's always got something on his shoulders.
Sure.
He's always got something on his shoulders. I feel for you. I want to help. I want to carry some of that weight for you.
You've done plenty.
Yeah, but I want to do something good and helpful to you. Because
just make sure you get him the right Girl Scouts cookies.
That's right.
Oh,
don't get me started.
Okay. Have you had a pizza delivered to your house since you moved here?
No.
Jason has never had a pizza delivered to him since he's been in Sacramento, which is since like 1970.
You mean he never ordered a pizza for himself?
They just never had one delivered. He just never had a delivery pizza.
Well, more what you said, Alan.
Yeah, more
for myself.
Yeah, like he'll yeah.
I've been places where people have had pizzas delivered, sure.
Yeah, but to him, delivery for Jason Ross.
You just got this from a restaurant and had them bring it to you? Oh. What does your butler whip up something now?
Right. By the way, a lot of people suspended in baseball today.
Yes. Well, that was part of my Limelight that I can't get into, but let's just say I wasn't part of that 4%. I was part of the 96. I had a good night.
At the Limelight.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I was cooking.
I don't even know what that means, but all right.
I was cooking.
You're the chef?
Yeah, are you the Chef Styles?
That's right.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. There's two things I remember Limelight for, that and other things. All right.
It's a great establishment, let me tell you.
The great thing is it's right next to McGeorge Law School, so if you get in trouble, there's bound to be a lawyer there that can help you out.
Just park out front.
Right there. All right. One thing my dad learned at McGeorge that he passed down to me, there's a flex, is that birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. And nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies.
Crumble them.
Jason Ross.
Happy birthday today, June 4th, to Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, Chris Roulette and I were talking about it earlier. Like, it's kind of interesting that it's like really becoming public knowledge just how big of a piece of garbage Brad Pitt is.
Yeah, that escalated
My
quickly.
Goodness. Yeah, it did. And I love him as
I
an
guess
actor.
the daughter didn't take his last name.
Yeah, and other things like just some heavy, like not the. Let's just say if the reports are true, Alan, not the parents we aspire to be.
Okay,
to our children. Let's put it that
I'll
way.
look into it.
But I still love him as an actor, though. But artist. I guess.
See, but isn't that? Yeah.
I know. It's tough.
Different. Another time.
Brad Pitt, by the way, is he's older than you think. He's 60. I believe it's
Angelina
Yeah,
Jolie's
but how old is
birthday.
Angelina Jolie?
You didn't let me finish, which is crazy because Angelina Jolie is only 49.
No, there's no way. 52? Why am I looking at Chris Roulette?
Didn't Angelina Jolie, though, used to have a thimble of Billy Bob?
Yeah,
Bob Thornton's
and she made out with her brother.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Not made out, just
okay,
kissed
right.
passionately.
Oh, God.
You know what? That is better.
Yeah, that is much better. All right, so what is it? How old is Angelina Jolie's brother?
No, Billy Bob Thornton.
I'll just say 52.
Billy Bob is 234.
I'm going to say 49.
That's what I said.
So I think we have 249s and 252s.
Yeah,
if
Chris and I are
heard all the
49ers.
Brad Pitt clutter. We have a correct answer.
Right here.
So it's either 49 or
It's
52.
49. Just give me the ring. Give me the loot.
You get the ring, Dave. You
Thank
and Chris were live, 49.
What?
But how old is Brad Pitt?
I think he's like 63.
No.
Oh, I think he's in his 60s.
Yeah, I do. Hold on.
63. Come on, man.
He's in Thelma.
He's
All right.
62.
Okay. A special
62.
edition. 62. How old? Smart guys.
I'll say 57.
Chris?
61.
I'm saying 63. Jason Ross?
I'll go with 60.
60. Okay. Oh,
wow.
Circle gets the square. Jason Ross.
60.
He is 60. Won't be 61 till December 18th.
Wow.
How about that?
Half birthday.
Remembering that for his celebrity birthday.
Right.
Duly noted.
Who else?
This is going to be interesting. This may be very narrow casting, but I was stunned that this person is still with us.
Oh.
So let's put it that way. And I don't know if Alan or Chris will know who this is, but we'll see. Dave, you will. Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Oh my God!
Is that Dr. Ruth?
Dr. Ruth
Yes.
is still alive.
Yes.
Those
When
of
I
you-
was looking it up and went, that can't be the same one.
For those of you who don't know, Dr. Ruth is this little old lady with, I think, a German accent, something like that. And she used to have a radio show there where she gives sex tips and very specific
Sex
ones.
doctor.
Yeah, she's got to
Earth.
be, right. She's got to be, I'm going to say 97.
Yeah, she's been around a while. 98.
98, yeah.
99.
96.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Verlad, 96.
96.
Oh, yeah.
And
that two in a row?
And when
I would take advice from her.
Let me tell
That
you
is two in a
something.
row.
Well, can I just say one thing and not be okay? Dr. Ruth is okay. I'm just gonna say, Dr. Ruth is in my book of like, she's in my Martha Stewart All Stars of people that are not sex symbols that are quite older. Where I'm like, like back in the day, remember?
I
Chris?
only know her as like she would come on shows and it'd be a joke.
Yeah, she would.
Just saying, like, I'm not,
Oh, I'm not used to seeing her without her glasses.
that's what I'm talking about.
So
It's
that
a
does
game
it for
changer.
you.
Yeah, it's a game
Actually,
changer.
well, and I got, but the other part of it, I'm not gonna
I actually
lie.
think she looks better with the glasses.
I gotta say, I'm thinking Dr. Ruth knows what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that, she's an expert at things.
It's only Tuesday. Huh?
All right, back to you.
Happy birthday, Russell Brand.
Now he's older than you think.
You sound like you're from London.
You sound like you're from London.
He's such a weirdo, dude.
He had a hot 3 years.
He did, and then didn't he? Wasn't he Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah.
Get him to the Greek. Doesn't quite.
Also Sarah Marshall.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sarah Marshall's
crazy.
great.
They've been clipping some of those scenes.
Get him to the
though,
Greek.
for
Oof.
I'm gonna
what's
say
been
50,
happening.
Yeah.
55.
Oof. Oof.
I got to get on the board here.
Yeah, you
54. I've been cold for the last 3 days.
I'll say 49.
I'll say 47.
Yeah, I think he's younger.
We have a correct answer, and
Huh?
it goes to Chris Watkins,
Wow.
49, Russell Brand.
How old is he?
49.
49.
Wow, he's younger than I
Yeah.
thought he was.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to, I don't think he's in the NBA anymore, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he is. Greg Monroe.
No, he is not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one of
And I
those
think
younger.
After,
Yeah.
I feel like he's 50, but I know he's probably 33.
Yeah.
35.
Maybe younger.
Trying to timestamp it. Let's say Greg Monroe. I think he played at Georgetown with Jeff Green. We'll say 38.
37.
God, Chris.
no correct answers.
I hate you so much.
What, Jason?
I don't know, 34. What did I miss?
Oh,
Yeah, hey, that was
there you
me.
go.
Thank you. Hey, I'm the guy.
No, nobody. Happy birthday to
Who do you think you are? I am.
Marquise
Sorry.
Grissom.
Hollywood Brown.
Chris.
Oh. Marquise Hollywood Brown is 20. Oh, it's one of two.
Chief now?
He's 20, 27.
I think he's 28.
He's.
No.
I'm just.
I'll do 27 with you.
Yeah,
26.
He's 26 or 27.
We have a correct answer. 27 it is.
Yeah, there we go.
227. Good job, guys.
Believe in Dave.
Happy
Fired.
birthday to former California Angel, maybe LA Angel of Anaheim, Darren Erstad.
X-Man.
Dear.
Nope, that's not him. That's Eckstein.
Wait, Darren Erstad is 51.
48.
55.
52.
No correct answer. 50. David was the closest.
Hey, just cleaning up today. Sorry.
Happy birthday to El DeBarge.
Oh, to the beat of the rhythm of the night. It's still the morning light. Forget about the words on your mind. You can leave them all behind.
What?
El DeBarge.
Yes.
He actually slowed it down for you.
Which,
too, guys.
by the way, in English means the DeBarge. As a matter of fact, that's a true story. L is going to be like 72, isn't he?
What the hell?
Oh, man. El DeBarge, Lisa and the Cult Jam, Gloria Stefan and Mighty Sound Machine. Just inject it into my vein. No cap.
None. Not a single one.
No lid. No cap. No lid. Anyway, 70. What did I say? 72, 73.
74.
Oh, wow.
69.
70.
Chris Watkins is the closest, 63.
Oh, good. El's younger than I thought.
Same.
We got a break.
Last one for you, Xavier McDaniel, the X-Man.
X-Man. Xavier McDaniel's 59.
Okay. I was 56.
57.
58.
61.
A lot of action right there back in the 80s. Look at that. Little El DeBarge.
Oh, I have one more from the 80s. Speaking of that, I'll be sure.
I'll be sure he's I'll be sure he's 68.
Sure about that?
66.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll do 58.
69.
Chris Watkins, the closest, 56.
56. Yeah. Albert Joseph Brown III.
Please. I think I got TJ Miller. You guys know who that is?
Is that from Silicon Valley?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Yeah.
Tej is
That's the last one on my list.
Yeah, he's 42.
Yeah.
40.
Alan really wants to win.
40.
I'll say 36.
You know what? Hey, guys, you know what? I'm going to change my guess.
Don't.
I'm going to say TJ Miller is 72.
I don't need your hand out.
Chris?
No.
I'm going to stick at 34.
No. 40.
44.
We have a closest to goes to Christopher Lodge, 43.
Wait, was 43 my original guess?
Yeah.
No.
Damn it. To heck. All right. Well, our thanks to Jason Ross, Chris Burrell behind the glass. Real quick, we got to go. What's coming up today?
Yes, we are breaking down the JaVale McGee interview. Great job by the Drive guys. So we will break all that down at 11.
Do what we did. Just replay it. Save yourself some content.
There you go. Okay. There you go. But we have a lot to talk about there. We have the mock draft from the Ringer.
Mock draft.
At 12. And the price tags on the trade assets are starting to go up. Who do you want?
Okay, stay tuned for that and more. Styles and Watkins next right here on Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh, my, what an athletic.